My name is David Merrill. I'm the head chef over here at the Cedar Room. What I hope to bring to the community is an opportunity to explore new horizons that people maybe haven't before because it was too expensive, too intimidating, too abroad. And I just kind of want to bring an opportunity for people to try new things in, exciting ways that, are still small town affordable. Stop on by at the Cedar Room located here in the historic Canteen District.
Test, test, test. One, two, three. Just checking audio levels for our live stream. Check, check, check. One, two, three. Check, check, check. One, two, three.
Play the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. KOOQ North Platte, K251CP North Platte, 98.1 and 1410. We're online too at NorthPlattePost.com. The following is an Eagle Media Sports presentation. North Platte High Sports on NorthPlattePost.com, FM 98.1 and AM 1410. Are brought to you by
The Justin Thompson Agency, American Family Insurance, Haynes of Heartland, La Casa del Rios, Dave's Place, Nicole Jonathan with High Street Insurance, Hal's Lock and Safe, State Farm Agent Bobby Holst, in motion Hannibal. He'll step back, rolling to his right. Caden Johnson looking, throwing to the edge. Exactly. And also brought to you in part by Bill Summers, Ford, Honda, Nissan, Great Lakes Foot and Ankle, the Fortify Group, Larry's Glass, Shelter Insurance Agents, Pete Fools, and Brent Hospital, Hero Clean. As Savannah Cove now makes her way all the way to third base with 2 down. And now a 5-2. It's going out to center. So covered and also brought to you in part by Great Plains Health, Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy, Jay Engel with Farm Bureau Financial Services, Bunza, Double Dips, Merrick's Ranch House, Mid Plains Community College, and Sichuan Famous Food Sushi Bar.
Here's the voice of the dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome, everybody, here to Billwood Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com. On our Cedar Room live stream, I'm joined by my favorite man in the whole wide world. It's Mr. Jeff Smeltzer. Mr. Smeltzer, it's good to see you as always. I missed you, of course, last week, but I'm glad that you are back here today because we have some football on our hands, if you'd believe it or not. North Platte High School and the Bulldogs here on homecoming, taking on Norfolk and the Panthers in some football action.
Homecoming.
Can you believe that?
Great to be here on a homecoming.
I
Homecoming
know.
Friday night. Yeah. Or
It's
afternoon, or is it evening yet?
still evening. I
Still
think it's
okay.
evening now. I think it officially is the evening time. Of course, if you missed what happened last week, North Platte High School did fall to the
Spartans.
Lincoln East Spartans. Thank you so much. And now sit on the year 0-2 as we jump on over to our District 4 leaderboards. Millard South, Lincoln Southeast, and Lincoln High are all 2-0 to start the year. North Platte and Omaha Benson are at 0-2 to start the season. How about Lincoln High? 2-0, but though I do believe it's against some of the weaker teams in Class A. I know one of them is against Buena Vista, if I remember correctly.
Okay. yeah.
Actually, correct. I think Benson is 1-1. I think I made a mistake here. I think Benson's 1-1
Benson's 1-1.
because they beat Buena Vista. I think they're
Okay.
the team that beat Buena Vista.
I'll have to go to the NSA
Yeah, that's all.
website.
Yeah, if that
at
is a
break
mistake, that is on
But it
me.
is a surprise that Lincoln High is 2-0.
Yes, specifically after last year. No, you're getting you, especially after last season. We thought that team had always been interesting. Like it felt like it had the talent as they always had, but haven't formally put it together. So 2-0 this season, pretty good start.
Yeah, and I think it's about time for the Dogs to right the ship. I think tonight.
Yes, you want to talk about riding the ship and getting their win? Yes.
Tonight's the best chance they've had all season, I believe, and I think they're going to be fired up and ready to go. Tough loss last week. Just a battle of field position that seemed like Lincoln East started on the Bulldog side of the 50
every time
they had the
possession.
ball.
I think every possession, but maybe two Lincoln East started in Bulldog field position, and on the other hand, North Platte started at their own 20 or less than their own 20 every time, but one, a big 55-yard return from Ty Hanneborg late in the game. At least gave them their best chance of field position before, unfortunately, more penalties squandered the opportunity.
Yeah, so you can rectify that by getting first down. You know, when you're 3 and out and you start at the 20-yard line, that's
not good.
No,
it doesn't matter how good of a boot you have when it comes to your leg. That is always going to be an uphill battle for every punter. So North Platte is trying to not only, I think, get off to a better start, but really they need to find consistent drives. I don't really, at this point, points are okay. If they came away with 3 points, that's fine. I'm more interested in, can this team find consistent yardage to get consistent first downs, because this defense has really balled out the first couple of weeks.
The score wasn't really indicative of how hard the Bulldogs played last week.
No, no.
I thought they played very hard. It's just that battle of field position, and
It went. It just, again.
if the
went other
offense
way.
can catch up,
Yes.
and if the offense can catch up this week, then I think there's a chance.
And this might be their best chance. Norfolk 1-1 on the year. They fell to a Columbus team, which many has thought would be just middle of the pack this year. If they fell in a close game, and Wojciechowski, boy, he sure had a game. 185 total yards on the ground, and then they just clattered Bellevue East. Norfolk did last week. Now Bellevue East, if you look at the game, Norfolk at one point was only up 13-0 going into that third quarter, and that's when they scored all of their points, was in that third quarter, and that's how they drove away from this Bellevue East team to pick up their first victory of the year. Let's see if I look at here. Yeah, they scored 28 of their 41 points in the third quarter alone. So the game up until that third quarter was pretty close.
So I'm guessing I watched the first half of that game. I didn't watch
Yeah.
the second half. They scored 28 points in the quarter. I'm sure Bell East had some turnovers.
Yeah, I would assume. Let me take a look here. Totality. They had 8 penalties for 50 yards, 2 interceptions to go along with. See if they have their turnover metric here. Bump, bump, bump. But they don't have a turnover metric. But so far, it looks like 2 interceptions at the least for the side of Bell East last week.
Not sure when those happened, but I'd venture a guess
I
those
bet you
happened
that
in the third quarter.
quarter. I'd say the same thing too. So there is some, metrics for North Platte to take some light that Norfolk so far this season hasn't really looked the cleanest in certain moments of the game. But same can be said for North Platte, and I think that's why this game, I think, is probably maybe one of the most important games early on, just based off of how things have gone the first 2 weeks. Hasn't really been pretty, and I think North Platte is looking for something, and maybe it's homecoming week to really turn the tides for them.
Yeah, it's always exciting homecoming week, and shout out to the Booster Club and Downtown Merchants for a
Did a
fun
fantastic
time
job.
Wednesday night.
They did.
They outdid themselves again, complete with fireworks, and it was a great time.
It really was. It really was a good time, and they always put on a really, really good event when it comes to the parade. So maybe that's the spark the team needed. Again, 0-2, fell to Kearney in week 1, 39-0, and then Lincoln East 24-0 last week. We'll step aside and we'll take a break. We'll actually have our, as always, favorite time of the day, our sit-down interview with head coach Juan Kurtzaltig for our La Costa del Rio's coaches interview, all right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
Save money at the pump and quick stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Savings with Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Hey, high school students, why wait to start college when you can begin transforming your future for free? Mid-Plains Community College is now offering free tuition for dual credit and early entry classes beginning this fall. Get ahead, save money, and transform your future while in high school. Talk to your high school guidance counselor or visit our website at mpcc.edu. That's mpcc.edu. Students are responsible for all course-related fees and must attend a Nebraska high school for Nebraska homeschool to qualify.
When making important life decisions about your financial future or insurance needs, it's important to work with people you trust. That's why at Farm Bureau Financial Services, we don't rely on algorithms, bots, or auto-generated answers. We get to know you, so we can help you get the right coverage and make smart financial decisions.
In North Platte, visit Jay Engel at fbfs.com/find-and-agent.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Del Rio's coaches interview. I'm joined, as always, by the head coach of North Platte High football, Kurt Alton. Coach, it's good to see you. How you feeling now that homecoming is here and you guys are going to be home once again?
Well, it's nice being at home, but I'm sure as every high school football coach will tell you out there, homecoming is not necessarily our greatest week. Lots of distractions, but I think our boys have done a pretty good job of keeping themselves focused and getting us prepared to play Norfolk here in a couple hours.
Yeah, you talked about last week when we were up in the press box how you were really hoping to hit the ground running with practice this week. As you said, homecoming normally just brings distractions. Not that anybody wants it to be a distraction, but it's always a fun event for the students to partake in. How do you really feel this week went for you guys practice wise?
We had a pretty good week of practice. I talked to you last week about we're gonna get the best 11 guys, so we've shuffled some things around and put some guys in places and worked our way through that. But overall, we had a pretty decent week of practice, and looking forward to the product we'll put on the field tomorrow night. Hopefully, get back to our brand of smash mouth football, where we run the clock and keep the other team's offense watching us sometimes.
Perfect. Of course, you talked about those lineup changes. Can you maybe go through a couple of them right here so we can get a little taste of what we'll see on the field?
Well, I think I'll let you keep that for when we get rolling there.
Look at you, great guy. Look at you, great guy, making sure I get my day in the sunlight.
Yeah. I want to make sure you earn your paycheck tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. So we'll have to now, unfortunately, go back and talk about Lincoln East last week. I'm very much an optimist. I did think the weak growth from the very first week of the season against Cardi to the game against Lincoln East, we saw some good steps in the right direction. Defensively, the team kept the game in and pretty much all the way up until maybe the last score in that fourth quarter. But offensively, still yet again, trying to find your footing. Really take me through from where you were sitting on the sideline, what you observed.
Well, we came out and we were much more physical, on both sides of the football. And, whenever you get beat, as you're riding home on the bus, you reflect on things that maybe not have gone as well as you thought. And then, when we broke down the film, defensively, we played really, really well. They ran 70 plays to our 39 plays, I believe. So they almost doubled us up on defensive plays. And anytime you do that, the more offensive plays they run, the more chance they put some points on the board. But looking at us offensively, we had lots of guys in positions to make plays, and we just didn't have to execute. So this week we focused a lot on, getting guys to the right positions and working on guys that know how to execute those things. So our, 2 and 3 yard runs become those 7 and 8 yard runs. And we really did have Lincoln East in the spot where we would have wanted them normally in a game in the fourth quarter to cast and wore out. The problem is that we, let them get too far ahead of us. There was, it was really hard to come back and win and total when their team casts.
Of course, we talked on the first week against Kearney. The discipline felt really good, but, of course, you said the execution on some of the plays weren't as good. And against Lincoln High, it felt like almost I would say the opposite, but the mental mistakes and the penalties really, really accrued for you guys on the offensive side. What do you think maybe was the cause for some of those, those penalties not really going your way offensively?
Penalties wise, I think more or less, not to ever blame it on officials, but they were pretty pass happy as we went back. We were film. A lot of those were kind of phantom flags, but in the style of offense that we run, you can't put yourself behind the sticks. And when we get those big penalties like that and times we put ourselves behind the sticks, and it's worse than that. The other things with, the turnovers, that was more us putting guys in the game that, had really never seen varsity snaps before. And anytime you do that, you got a little nerves and maybe a little sweaty palms. And sometimes, you put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, but as you talked about, the physicality much better there in week number 2. Lincoln East always seems to be a really good marker in terms of physical teams because they are historically a very big program up front in the trenches. As you talked about, the offensive line had a couple of issues and gave up maybe a couple of
of free rushers, but holistically, I thought the line, especially on the defensive side, really was manhandling Lincoln East from start to finish.
Yeah, defensive wise, we did a lot of the stuff that we wanted to do. Offensive wise, we had some, fairly big breakdowns, and things about those breakdowns is they're easy to coach up, and at the same time, I told you we're looking at getting the best guys out there, so we shuffle some things around up front that you'll see when we start tomorrow. But we feel really good about this. What happens? Again, play our brand offense and get some points on the board from first half.
That's what you love to hear. Now, of course, we jump into our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game. You talked about how homecoming normally every year seems to be a distraction. You feel encouraged to see that even with a big distraction as in homecoming, which will be after the game, the team was really, really focused into making this week extra hard work in terms of putting in their grind.
Yeah, I mean, we focused ourselves in practice and talked all week, about, the importance of this football game and everything else, when it comes to homecoming week comes second. We really want to come out. We want to execute. We want to execute in front of our home fans and, give our seniors to remember in good ways for some lives.
All right, Coach, we come back. We'll jump into our La Casa del Rios as well, Coach's interview, and our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game here on our Quick Stop pregame show.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics at North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today. Help is our mission.
When the leaves start falling and the temps start dropping, do your windows keep the cold out or let it in? From foggy panes and drafts to cracked or outdated glass, Larry's Glass can help you cozy up your home before winter hits. Repairs, replacements, even custom storm windows. Call Larry's Glass in North Platte today and stay warm, safe, and energy smart all season long. Larry's Glass, 211 West 5th, where quality meets clarity.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 at 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back here. Quick Stop pregame show. Paxton Gordon alongside head coach Kurt Alte. Got Norfolk this week, a team that you beat almost on the closing couple of seconds last year. Now you're back home to take on this offense, a very, very dynamic offense that has a good sense, not only rushing, but also passing ability. Really take me through the first two games that you've seen of Norfolk on the rap sheet. What do you think they do so well?
Well, they have a couple big tackles. Their quarterback is pretty dynamic. He gets the ball down slow. That's good. We played him. This is the fourth year in a row we played him. The last 3 games, the 3 years previous, the team basically came down to one of the last plays to seal the wins for us a couple times, and then a couple years ago they left to win. They're going to be physical. And it's going to be one of those grind them out type of games, and we just got to do a good job of executing our offense and just be playing tough defense, and we'll take over and win that last play like we have a couple times the last few years.
That's what you love to hear. Well, let's jump into some more of our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game. You, of course, talked about getting the momentum on your side offensively. What else do you have written down that the team needs to accomplish really well, not only offensively, but defensively, to not only score their first points of 2025, but also their first victory?
We want to play real tough up front on defense. They have some really tall receivers. So if they're going to try to huck the ball downfield and jump over our kind of shorter defensive backs, and that's what they're going to do. But we want to make them do that. We want to play tough up front, take the run game away, and make them have to scramble around, try to throw it up, and hopefully that turns into some mistakes on their side that we can take advantage of.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by and having a talk with me. Can't wait to see you up after the game with a victory in your hand.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That was, of course, our coach's interview brought to you in part by La Casa del Rios. We'll have more of our Quick Stop pregame show when we come back.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
Puro Clean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. Puro Clean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give Puro Clean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at Puro Clean in North Platte.
It's time for your Friday Night Lights. Derek Beck, and this is the Quick Stop pregame show. Let's take a look around at scores from last night and a preview of tonight's football games from around our Sandhills Post and North Platte Post listening area. Games played last night. D1 number 1, Dundee County Stratton. Man, as an alumnus of there, that feels good to say. Number 1. Anyway, DCS did take care of business against Sutherland. I do feel bad for the Sailors, though. They got shut out last night, 48-0, but it was a really good DCS team. In six-man, number 4, Garden County defeated Medicine Valley big last night. 73-6 was the final score of that one. Six-man games can get away in a hurry. They just can. Back to, I think this would be six-man, also no D2 ball. Hitchcock County 68-6 over Franklin. And here locally, Maxwell taking care of Maywood Hay Center last night by, 8 points? 36-28 was the final score there. Let's preview tonight's games, and we'll start with a game that'll be right here on NorthPlattePost.com. North Platte High looking for their first win of the year. Maybe tonight is the night at home at Bauer Field against Norfolk. Norfolk is just 1-1. You can listen to that game on FM 98.1, AM 1410. You can watch the game with our audio from Paxton, Jeff, and Carl with the Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. Class B, man, this is going to be a dandy down at Wyland Field in North Platte. A couple of top 10 undefeated teams going at it. One will still be undefeated when the night is over. One will have a blemish mark on their record. Number 9, McCook. The Bison are undefeated so far, 2-0, and they are home at Wyland Field to take on number 3, Waverly. Are the Bison up to the task? Good luck to them. Class C1, bunch of games from the area. Chase County still looking for their first win of the season. They are at Gordon Rushville, who is also 0-2 on the year. Gothenburg, great start to the year so far. They are 2-0, and they host Adams Central in Gothenburg tonight, who is 0-2. Broken Bow still looking for their first win of the year, and they are playing St. Paul, who is 0-2 at home in Broken Bow tonight. So one of them is going to get their first win tonight. This is the surprising one a little bit. Cozad was preseason top 10, and I think the Haymakers are a darn good football team, but they started the year against number 5 Sydney, lost at home. And then they played Central City, the number 2 team in the state in C2 last week. They lost both of them. Ogallala better be ready tonight because Cozad is coming. Cozad 0-2 at Ogallala, who did defeat Broken Bow last week to get Joe Dinan, their new head coach, his first win at the varsity level as a head football coach. You can listen to that game. Cozad at Ogallala tonight on Flat Rock 100.7. Kickoff at 7 Mountain Time. Pre-game 6:30 Mountain Time in Ogallala. You can watch with the audio at sandhillspost.com. Class C2, no games. Hershey is 1-2 on the year, and they had a bye week this week. Class D1, let's go there. North Platte St. Patrick's, they are home to Kimball tonight. The Irish are 1-1. Longhorns are 2-0. Perkins County home to South Loop tonight. Plainsmen are 1-1, and South Loop is 0-2, looking for their first victory of the year, as is Sandhills Valley.
0-2 and playing Bridgeport, who is 1-1. Bridgeport's win was against St. Pat's. Their loss was to Dundee County Stratton. So they're a pretty good team, I have a feeling, in Bridgeport. Class D2, a couple games tonight. Brady 1-1 at 2-0. Bertrand to take on the Vikings tonight. Mullen is home to North Central. The Broncos are 2-0. North Central is 0-2. And that takes us to our final classification, six-man ball. Arthur County 1-1 on the year. They are home to number 8 Southwest tonight. Juanita Palisades started the year 2-0. They are on the road again tonight in Colorado to take on Flagler. Paxton is 0-2. They are hosting 1-1 Minutair tonight. And then this should be a good one down in Wallace tonight. The number 10 Wildcats 2-0 hosting South Platte tonight, 1-1. In Wallace. So there you go. Our little look around the area tonight. Friday Night Lights, part of the Quick Stop pregame show. More from your game coming up next.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop pregame show. They have 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop. Game time is just moments away on FM 98.1.
It's game time at Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan during their kickoff sales event. Score big with winning deals and tackle fall savings on over 300 new and pre-owned vehicles right on the lot. Don't miss your chance to drive home a victory. Only at Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan. Ready to score? Stop out today or visit BillSummers.com 24/7. And you'll be a winner. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KOOQ. Merrick's Ranch House. Lunch specials Tuesday through Saturday with 2 sides, just $10. See them on Facebook. Dine in, order online, use DoorDash, or just call for carryout. Merrick's.
North Platte Coast Sports.
Welcome back here to, yes, you guessed it, Jeff Smeltzer. It is time for some football here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at Cedar Room Livestream, NorthPlattePost.com. Jordan is one Jeff Smeltzer, who is right beside me. Well, Mr. Smeltzer, I think it's time we jump into our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting a lineup. I'll start on the side of one Norfolk. Offensively at left tackle, Tatum Anderson with the start. Gio Mann at left guard. Tristan Italy at the center position. Zach Bootner at right guard. Jace Plesner at right tackle. Drew Streich at wide receiver. Caden Lichty at tight end. And Kaysen Jones, the starting wide receiver today for the side of Norfolk and the Panthers. Well, Jeff Smeltzer, let's get the pretty graphics up because it's time for some North Platte High football. I know. I have it beautiful. I have it all set up and ready to rock and roll. How about take it away for North Platte's offense, Mr. Smeltzer?
Here we go. The big boys across the front. Left tackle number 54, Blake Tonkinson, joined on the left side by number 55, Jake Kincaid, the 220-pound junior. Enrique Ramos will be the center, and on the right side, you'll have fellow junior Jacob Martinez, and we think there might be a change at right,
which is so
right
funny.
tackle.
Yes. We had Callan Knutson right now.
Callan Knutson, or it might be Carson Altig.
Yes, so
sophomore.
Last when I put my starters together yesterday night at exactly 10 o'clock, they hadn't changed anything.
Okay.
And then this morning, well, not this morning, just now when we were getting things ready to rock and roll, they had a new guy, Colton Altig, as we said, on
All right.
at or Carson Altig on over at right tackle.
Wideouts will be senior Sam Euling and fellow senior Colton Altig. Behind center will be Carter Still, and behind him at power back will be Owen Shea, and your speed backs will be Connor Stifler and Braden Corco.
Yes, that's right. Corco, as always, will be getting the start alongside Connor Stifler. It'll be interesting to see what the rotation's going to be like. Coach did hint that there would be a couple of changes when it comes to well, I hate to say the change, but there will be a couple of changes when it comes to how things are going to be looking offensively. Now, what does that going to entail? I honestly don't know what that is going to entail, just because we don't know. We just honestly, Jeff Smeltzer, we just don't know what's going to be happening when it comes to changes around the offense.
Yeah,
He's been hinting. He's been playing with our hearts because he's been hinting at some big offensive changes that are going to come today specifically, but we just haven't seen it yet, Mr.
No, you're
Smeltzer.
in the third game, and you've had 2 games of live fire, so you see how players react when they're in a real game. You're past that preseason mode. You're full swing into season now. So, yeah, I think you might find a few changes happening here, and I'm trying to figure out if we're going to kick or receive.
Well, that's always the fun part. It's always the fun part about figuring out if we're starting or if we're not going to be starting today. So we'll see what will be going on. It looks like we're going to be receiving
Yep.
as back deep to return for the Bulldogs will be, of course, Ty Hanneborg and Caleb Neidhart. So we won't be seeing Liam Bargell back there, which is a little disappointing. I've been very excited to see what Mr. Bargell can be doing, but it will be to start off here for the side of Norfolk. They'll be kicking Isidro Rosas for Norfolk and the Panthers. They're starting running back. He will be the one that is taking charge on the kicking side for Norfolk. So North Platte will be starting. We know they do recently they have been a team that has deferred more and more, but this week they will be starting off on offense.
Yep. Well, let's see if we can mount a drive. That's going to be key. Hopefully, we can get a couple first downs.
I think that's important.
A score would be even better.
A score would be top notch. But I really think for this first game, in this first drive here, I just want to see consistency more importantly than anything else. As we get the AOK, Mr. Isidro Rosas, getting ready as Cohen Skiff right across from him gives the clap. Get the signal, and here comes the kickoff for week number 3. North Platte High taking on Norfolk and the Panthers as that goes all the way out of bounds. And North Platte will now start their first drive of week number 3 against the Panthers of Norfolk. 12 minutes on the clock. They'll get started at the 25-yard line. Now, we'll jump into our Owls Lock and Save keys of the game here, Mr. Jeff Smeltzer. What are you looking for offensively from this North Platte team, specifically in this first half?
Clean it up a little bit. The first week, they didn't have any penalties, or very few penalties, and no turnovers, if I remember right.
Yes. Last week, more of a train wreck.
Yeah,
I hate to be that guy.
Week, that wasn't the case.
Under center again, Carter Still to the right behind him, Owen Shea. As in motion comes Brecken Corkow. They'll hand it off to Shea off the right side. He has a good bunch of daylight before he is swarmed immediately from the far side, blitzing his way forward. That's Grace Galen for the first tackle today. Pick up of 2 yards. It's now 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
I was trying to figure out the offensive line. Looks like Callan Newton's at center.
Okay, so we are making some more
adjustments.
Looks
like Martinez and Altig on the left side of the line.
So Enrique Ramos, the one out, is the pitch now to Connor Stippler. He's into the open field. He goes for a first down. Connor Stippler, 9 yards. That is the Bulldogs' first down this game. 3rd first down the entire season. And that was a beautiful setup.
No hesitation. He just cut up field. I like that. No joke moves, no hesitation. Just get north and south.
And I think that's what's most important here when you just said no hesitation. There seems to have been the last 2 weeks a lot of double guessing, trying to play it safe. That was clear cut to the hole and a big game for Connor Stippler. First down today for the Bulldogs, and they are driving as up the middle again. Owen Shea goes. A lot of hands get on top of him, and he might have picked up 2 yards with 10:53 left to go here in this first quarter. Yeah. Maybe 2 if he's lucky.
Yeah, nice job by Owen to keep those legs churning. He got hit right away. Those 2 are all on him.
2nd down and 8. Yeah, I think right there up the front. Jace Plesner getting his hands initially on Owen Shea before a plethora of white jerseys swarmed the ball. Cohen Skiff, another name.
Anderson and Plesner, they're both big boys in the interior of the defense.
So now, again, off the right side here, it's Owen Shea, and he falls forward close to the first down marker. He might be a yard short at the Bulldog 38-yard line, maybe 3 yards short. It's 3rd and 3 now for North Platte. But again, Owen Shea, a gaping hole off the right side, and allowed him to get close to the first down. 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs with under 10 minutes left to go in this first quarter of play. As defense making some adjustments. Still under center. In motion, Brecken Corkow. And we're going to have, it looks like a false start on the side of North Platte. And
so much for the keys to victory.
That was really the big problem of last week. Those penalties, man, were just so killer for North Platte because when they were making good progress.
Hey, keys to victory, penalties.
Well, we take that back immediately.
Sides on
Norfolk.
the Panthers.
So I retract my statements. But really, that was a big problem last week. We can't let that.
They had too many good plays negated by penalty.
Yeah, so now it's 1st and 10 for North Platte at their own 43-yard line with 9:45 left to go. Shea right behind Carter Still. In motion, Brecken Corkow. The handoff off the right side to Owen Shea. Right behind his blocker. Owen Shea getting close to the first down. Big block up front.
Nice.
Blake Tonkinson. And Shea was right behind Tonkinson the whole way. The Dogs will be about a yard short, so 2nd down and 1. But Owen Shea off this right side is getting a whole bunch of daylight.
Tonk and Kincaid over there making some hay. They've got
big heavy set here. This is a new formation.
2 tight ends over here.
Yeah,
Reese
2
Perry.
tight ends to the right. Reese Perry, Colton Altig as Stifler was in motion. Still going to keep it himself. He'll look to get it up for the first down. He got
It's going to be very close.
The far judge where he's standing looks like it was enough for the first down. And they will motion a first down for North Platte. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Tried the left side that time. Nice quarterback keeper for a first. That's 2 first downs.
That is 3 first down.
Oh,
3 technically in total. 2 off of, their own physicality of play. 1 off of the penalty. So 1st and 10 now in Panther territory at the 47-yard line. Owen Shea still in at running back. Corkout was in motion. Shea off the right side. Still, man, he is just getting
nice.
a whole bunch of daylight. He'll gather about 5 if he's lucky. It's looking like he'll get 5.
Connor Stifler with a nice downfield block as well.
Let's give a round of applause so far, man. The amount of blocking that has been going so far today for North Platte has been extremely impressive. Coach talked against the Kearney game about how they kind of lack that physicality. So far, it is not a question right now for North Platte.
And Shea is out to get a breather, and it's like Klaus.
I believe Keegan Klaus, who unfortunately did have 2 turnovers last week. The pitch out to Brecken Corkow with one hand.
Good hand.
Just into the open field. Corkow still going at the 30, and he'll fall to the 27. And now we have an injured Bulldog, Blake Tonkinson, here on the near side. He gets back up. Now he's going to come back out. So I look like he's going to get a breather as checking in there is Caden Brex.
Yeah. And in previous weeks, those pitches that were a little high and outside would have been dropped. It was just a nice snag that time by.
No offense to Carter Still, there's been a lot of those so far, and Corkow has been the one running back who has made some good catches off of those pitches.
Snag.
So 1st down and 10 now in Norfolk territory. The pitch out to Connor Stifler. There is plenty of daylight
nice block.
to the far side. 20, 15, 10, 5. It's a Bulldog touchdown. Connor Stifler, 27 yards, and North Platte picks up its first touchdown of 2025 off of a huge run to the outside from Connor Stifler.
Great block by Brecken Corkow that time. Corkow had a nice block downfield to spring Stifler for that 27-yard touchdown.
Stifler has had a great series this drive, making a lot of really good runs to the outside. But let's more importantly give praise to the blocking. It's been a little rough the first couple of weeks against Lincoln East as well as Kearney. Other than that, today has been spectacular for North Platte as the kick from D'Angelo Mata is up. And it is good. A field goal for North Platte. And for the first time this season, they not only take the lead, but they score off the opening drive. It's 7-0. North Platte High School with 7:23 left to go in this first quarter. Jeff Smeltzer, they took a lot of time off that clock, if I'm not mistaken. Almost 5 minutes on the first drive.
That's Bulldog football. That's the way they like to play. Great job. And also in previous weeks, those downfield blocks weren't there.
Yes.
Not on a regular basis.
Set, I hate to say properly, but they weren't locked in well, I think is what I would use.
Yeah, that touchdown run,
Corkow looked so good.
You could have given him credit for a pancake block downfield. He took his guy down. Excellent block.
Everybody on the left side as well, not allowing anybody to get to the edge. And this is how this Norfolk defense might get beaten up. We didn't really mention it. They're running a 4-4. 4-4-1 is how they're doing it. 4 linebackers alongside 4 defensive linemen, 1 high safety, 2 cornerbacks. And because of that, if you can bounce it to the edge and you get a seal on that edge like Corkle did.
You would think that's a defense to be set up to stop the run.
Yes.
But boy, you find a
like
crease, you're gone. There's no way back. You just got the one safety back there. And excellent job, Bulldogs. I'm happy.
Now the question is, now the question is, can they keep it up? That's going to be the question because we know that this Norfolk team can score. 41 points they scored against Bellevue East last week. 28 against Columbus as Mata's kick high into the air, going all the way back, picked up by Rosas. Now up the field he goes. He's at the 35-40. He might go to the house at the 40, 30, 25, and he's almost pushed out of bounds by Mata, and that is a kick return touchdown for Isidro Rojas. And that is, I think, 85 yards from Rosas, and that is already an answer by the Panthers, and it only took them one play.
Yeah, not great coverage that time. He found some big holes to run through. A great kickoff return. Give the kid credit. Rosas, nice return.
This is also, I think, the first North Platte kick defense outside of opening half and halftime.
So you've only had kick coverage twice.
This is
the third time for the whole season.
Third time for the whole season. So there was bound to be just a couple of mistakes as that kick up. Very short, and oh boy, it somehow barely gets in for a point. We're tied 7-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard with 7:09 left to go in this first quarter. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. Its location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Jeff Meltzer, so far, outside of what just happened, got to be pretty excited about North Platte's drive that they just had. And now they get an opportunity to go back out and try it again.
Well, how about time of possession? Maybe we can have the ball for almost the entire first quarter.
They were at about 5 minutes last time,
drive.
maybe just a little bit under 5 minutes. There's 7:09 left to go in the first, so would be shocked. I think I
grind it out for another 6 or 7 minute drive.
Yeah, and that is Bulldog football. That is not out of the question so far. The question does, though, really primarily become how can they stop Norfolk? We've yet to see it so far.
Yeah, like you said, that's an anomaly. That was only the third kickoff for the season, and
last time we've said something of that nature.
I know it.
That's kind of weird, isn't it? They've also gained more first downs in this game alone than they have the first 2 games of the season, and scored more points than they have the entire season so far.
It was almost all young kids on that kick coverage because you want to give your starters a break there. And
there was some opportunities. There was some opportunities. It's all about the angles when it comes to kickoffs and kick returns. And again, when you've only done it to now the third time the entire season, there's going to be bound for some little mistakes because you haven't really been able to focus on it. So I expect it to be better next time out as Isidro Rosas now will get ready to kick for the second time. Back deep to return Caleb Neidhart as well as Ty Hanneborg, and they're just going to say goodbye to that one as it goes all the way out the back.
It's one way to stop a kick return is kick it out of the end zone.
So far, I think most kicks have gone outside of the end zone. The only times it hasn't, North Platte has taken advantage of that. Of course, Ty Hanneborg being the big recipient, 55 yards last week against Lincoln East. Of course, Ty Hanneborg, a name that we were very aware of after all the fun shenanigans he had on the sideline with Spartan offensive wide receivers.
He draw 2 personal fouls.
And if you are not, somebody who knows Ty Hanneborg, he will get under your skin when he is on the field.
He'll voice his opinion.
As now, ball's on the floor. Connor still picks it up, fumbling the snap to start off this second possession. That's going to be a loss of yardage for North Platte. Maybe 5 yards. So second down and 15. So first mistake for the Bulldogs offensively here today.
Second long is not the greatest down and distance for this Bulldog offense.
But with the way that they're taking chunks.
See what they've got dialed up here.
So Norfolk still really putting a lot in the box with their 4-4 defense. And still, now it's Shea off the right side. He's trying to spin out of a block. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, so a pickup of 5 yards from Owen Shea at least sets it back to neutral.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
really, he is getting that right side is decimating
They are.
Norfolk right now.
And that interior of that Norfolk defense, I think Anderson's at 300 pounds, and
then you got
Plesner at
Plesner.
255.
Yeah, they are not a small group, and they are getting moved pretty easy as Stifler was in motion, but Connor still will look to the near side with 15 seconds on the play clock to get a new call. 5:54 left to go here in this first quarter. 7-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Corkow and Moshout. The pitch to Corkow. Oh, he's going to be smothered up immediately.
We didn't get a block on the
edge
outside
there,
that
yes,
time.
as they're immediately on the stop for Norfolk. They're Mirin Chirpra or Kypra there to stop, and just like that, the Bulldogs will get a 3 and out and have to punt for the first time today. Nothing doing it on the pitch that time as Norfolk and the Panthers very, very ready for. And that's the unfortunate thing when you do get set behind early on into the play.
I was the same thing. You get out of system there, and now you're second long and.
4th and 14. Carter still the punt. A couple of beautiful punts against Lincoln East. So he really tries to hold in, and that's going to be blocked. And it's going to go all the way out of bounds. I wonder where they're going to place him.
Oh, he's saying it's at the 1 yard line?
Oh, boy, 1 yard line. Beautiful jump on the far side. I think that's Tanner Wagner. Had a heck of a jump. Still took a little too long to get set, and when he finally was able to release the kick, Wagner was right on top of him, so it's first down and goal at the 1 yard line for Norfolk with 4:54 left to go. Is here for the first time today, as he'll be the quarterback for
look for a quarterback
Norfolk.
sneak
There
here.
was a Statue of Liberty-esque looking play here. 3 running backs in with Signer under center.
The old Maryland eye.
And and they hand it off to Rosas, and he will lean forward in for a Norfolk touchdown. So far, Norfolk 2 plays total, resulting in 2 touchdowns off of 2 North Platte mistakes, 13-7 on our State Farm Bobby Hull scoreboard.
Yeah, when they've only touched the ball 2 times.
Yep. And those 2 times resulted in
both touchdowns.
14 points, potentially, if Rosas can get the extra kick up. Thank you again to our Sports Zone sponsors here for today's game. Justin Thompson Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service, no matter what type of insurance you're looking for. 14-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard with 4:55 left to go here in this first quarter. And not really much to talk about from Norfolk. They've really only ran 2 plays that have resulted in points. So
when we do see them in offense, they like to go out of the pistol formation, either a 2x2, 2 receivers on either side of the line, and or they might go trips to one side and one to the other.
Yeah, screen to the opposite side.
Yeah, if they go trips to one side, watch that screen to the opposite side, to the weak side, to Rosas. And okay, well, let's go here. March down, tie it up, and then
got to get off first play on the right foot.
Yeah,
it seems to this season that has been the biggest key for North Platte. If they cannot get their first play of whichever drive or set off properly, they're already on the back foot.
Yeah, so just keep playing Bulldog football. Just get a little bit at a time. Try and avoid those backbreakers.
And this might be helping North Platte because the defense of Norfolk not really getting much rest.
No.
They are not really getting, and they are running a heavier set defense this year and this week. So it is going to be more on, the tiredness of this Norfolk team. As here's Isidro Rosas again with the kick high, and it goes all the way once again in and out of the end zone. The Bulldogs will start for the 3rd time at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, well, let's see what we can get going here. I guess we haven't seen their offense. I'm trying to figure out how many of these Norfolk Panthers go both ways.
Well, I do know a lot of their line does.
Yeah, the line
Tatum
does.
Anderson, Jace Plesner.
They
They do play a lot.
Now they've got some new defensive linemen. They've got number 60 and 62 up front.
Yep, Plesner is still in. So they are trying to mix it up as best they can. As Carter still the man under center. Behind him, Owen Shea. Corco to the far side, who is now in motion for the Bulldogs. Off the right, here is again Owen Shea, and he is stopped immediately as there to blow the play up. Lucas Hoffman, the 6'4", 225 lineman, blew up right in front of Blake Tonkinson, and Owen Shea ran right into the back of Tonkinson. It's a loss of 1.
That gentleman, number 60, had just checked into the game and made his presence known.
So it's 2nd and 11 with 4:27 left to go here. This first quarter, Gorkat was in motion. Still stepping back, looking to throw. Over the middle, up in the air, and it is almost intercepted. That was Sam Euling, who had his hands initially on the ball. It then bounced out of his said hands into the hands of Parker Rabbis, and then it fell to the floor. It's 3rd and 11.
Yep, off his fingertips, and got lucky there. That was going to be trouble if he picked that off.
Yes, but Euling was open.
Yeah.
So
no, right read.
Just a little too high.
A little off his finger. And boy, we got 3. They both eligible on this side.
Yeah, interesting as now the pitch out to Brecken Corkow. He had a little bit of an opening for a second, and then
missed the block on
Tanner
the edge.
Wagner again blowing the play up. There was just maybe a millisecond of an opportunity for Brecken Corko to cork one open, but again, that hole closed, and that's the second straight 3 and out for the Dogs. With 3:56 left to go, and Carter's still back to kick once more. Of course, Tanner Wagner last time got in the way of Still's last punt, and
we know he can get a good one if he gets a hold of it. So let's go, Carter.
As Still, much better blocking by the Dogs. Very beautiful punt from Carter Still, all the way to the 40-yard line, and now going to the far side with it, Drew Strike.
Nice.
Open field tackle, I believe that's going to come off the fingertips of Cade Songster in North Platte.
40-yard punt, loss of 1 on the return. Nice job by Cade Songster on the coverage.
And now this is really the first time we're going to be seeing Norfolk's offense. And as you said, a very dynamic offense. They can throw, they can run, but the real big standout, they have some tall wide receivers compared to North Platte's defensive backs.
Yeah, Strike?
Yeah, Strike, yep.
Remember him from basketball.
Yep, he's a big boy.
He's a big kid.
Kason Jones, Gavin Jarecki, all above 6 foot. As now, Rosas almost gets stopped at the line of scrimmage, breaks through 2 tackles, another one. He is still keeping the legs turning before he is finally stopped in the open field.
Oh, that's disappointing. They had him in the backfield, and then another shot right at the line of scrimmage.
I believe the guy there to make the stop, Caden Brex for North Platte. But yeah, they had 3 guys stop him at around the line of scrimmage and 1 behind the line, and just couldn't bring him down. The shifty running back picks up 6.
Good hard running by Rosas that time.
2nd and 4 for this Norfolk offense. Still in that pistol high formation. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Streich to the near side, Jarecki to the far side. There's a quick little wide receiver screens to Streich. Streich breaks through 1 tackle and falls forward to the Bulldog 45-yard line. A pickup of 10 yards. That is Drew Streich. His first grab today from Cole Signer.
Yeah. Remember them from basketball. Jarecki's also 6'5".
Yeah,
Streich is 6'5".
Yep.
2 6'5" receivers on the edge there.
Kason Jones, not somebody you can scoff at. 6 foot tall, 180. So they do have some height on the perimeter. But it's just surprising to see that a lot of the offense from this Norfolk team, a lot of check down screens and very short passes. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Heavy formation here to the near as Signer hands off to Rosas. Rosas up into the open field. He will fall forward for a gain of 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 for Isidro Rosas.
Yeah, lined up in the pistol that time with a fullback behind the quarterback in Skiff. Who had a nice block leading the way for Rosas.
So with that, a second down and short as they get the chains lined back up again.
Yeah, they went on the move. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they thought they got the first, but clearly didn't. So second down and 2 now for Norfolk. Again, Howard to the right side. As Signer rolling to his right, has Skiff right open. He's going towards the end zone, wide open, Drew Streich! And he hauls it in as Ty Hanneborg calling for the play to be dropped. And we're going to have a conversation on the far side. Streich landed with the ball in the end zone. Ty Hanneborg, as well as Coach Altig, signaling that it was incomplete.
Oh,
they're going to call it a touchdown. But Drew Streich was just wide open, as I think Ty Hanneborg got a little caught up on that play action read because Cohen Skiff was open in the flat. Oh, there's a flag at the line of scrimmage, a hold on Norfolk.
Oh.
Well,
let me erase that.
Throw it all away. A little bit of a blessing in disguise for North Platte.
I did not see that flag.
It was very much what's the word that they like to use? Blending in with the environment.
Yes, it was.
Mr.
Okay. Well,
live
to fight another day.
I was going to say, and another opportunity for North Platte. Big open play for Drew Streich. Maybe redemption for Ty Hanneborg if they try it again. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Kason Jones, Drew Streich. Skiff at the fullback. Rosas, the very far back. Signer. Hands off to Rosas off the right side. Now he's trying to bounce it. Rosas, up he goes. Blue jerseys are smothering him down. He is still driving the legs, and he falls all the way forward for a gain of 7. It's going to make it, I think, 3rd down and 4.
He moved the pile. There's a lot of Bulldogs in there.
Yeah, there was.
Sam Ewing and Colton Altig, 2 of them.
As well as Jacob Martinez. We do want to make light, though, of an injury update. I didn't say this during our Quick Stop pregame show, but no Trey Burke today. Trey Burke is on the sideline in a knee brace, not all dressed up, so they're without their leading tackler. And what a game for it to happen. 3 wide receivers. Signer stepping back, crossing route, and it's in and out of the hands of Drew Streich.
Ty Hanneborg on the coverage that time.
Correction, for the second time, it's Jarecki, who was the intended wide receiver.
And I think it's been Reese Perry who's been taking the linebacker role.
The reserves are Reese Perry and Keegan Klaus. So Pierre Perry has more experience on the starting defensive side after getting some action last year. Norfolk's going for it on 4th down and 3. Wouldn't be shocked if they go back to the run. They've been very successful with 32 seconds on our State Farm Bobby Hull scoreboard.
Maybe a quarterback draw here with a nifty backfield.
5 wide receivers.
Oh,
false start on the far side.
They might look to punt here.
That's Isidro Rosas. False starting as he lined up in the slot. And, yep, here comes the kicking unit for Norfolk. Another mistake, and North Platte might have been in some trouble. They really weren't prepared for that 5 wide out look, and Signer in at the lone quarterback spot is deep to kick Ricardo Rosas, I would assume the brother of Isidro. Deep to return for North Platte, Ty Hanneborg. He has been electric if given the opportunity this season for the Bulldogs. Under 32 seconds left to go in this first quarter. High arching kick from Rosas. Hanneborg going to pick it up now at the 20-yard line. It's upfield. Oh, Ty Hanneborg into some open territory. Ty Hanneborg making some moves. He's still going. Ty Hanneborg. He is tackled at the 45-yard line. Talk about electric.
Wow.
Ty Hanneborg, the senior.
15 to the 45, 30-yard return.
It looked a little dangerous at first with where he was shaping up to be, but Ty Hanneborg on this special teams unit, really reminding me of Colton Tilford out there in his prime, which is a good comparison because the Dogs have been needing some of that kind of magic, per se, on the special teams unit. And Ty Hanneborg, a name that, somebody who, if, as we said, given that opportunity, it's a scary, scary man.
Well, if you saw him back in the day in grade school and middle school football, he was something else. So, not surprised. He's shifty.
Still under center. In motion, Caleb Neidhart. Off the right side, it's Owen Shea. Actually, correction.
Will Rathjen.
That is Will Rathjen. As Rathjen gets his first carry today. Pickup of good 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 with 1 second left and the end of the first quarter. 14-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. We come back here to Bauer Field. Can the Dogs continue to score and tie this game up? You'll have to find out. We come back on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
For 85 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
In North Platte, visit Jay Engel at fbfs.com/find-and-agent.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Taylor is not great at making decisions,
Please do not ever ask me to pick what to watch on Netflix.
which is why she likes Runza.
Oh yeah, I like my golden hot crinkle fries. I like my homemade onion rings and frings, which is when you get both together.
No tough decisions there. Now, do you dip them in ketchup or our homemade ranch?
How could you do this to me?
Sorry. Come get our famous fries, onion rings, or both today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com. 2nd down and 7 timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, securing North Platte and surrounding areas for over 50 years. As well as Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and bringing those services to the North Platte area. Will Rathjen once again gets the call and he'll lose a yard to make it 3rd and 8. First on the stop there, the big man, Tatum Anderson for Norfolk, and some rotations as Ian Haremza checks in as well as Sam Euling. Ty Hanneborg now for Caleb Neidhart. And with under 11:30 left to go, a big 3rd and 7 for North Platte's offense.
Dogs had been having success on that right side until that play. And now it brings up 3rd and 8.
Norfolk was looking to stack the box. As still rolling here, looking, going to quickly throw it to Hanneborg, and it's way behind him. And that is another turnover, a 3 and out for North Platte's offense. After that masterful first drive, struggled to find momentum since then, and now 4th and 7 with 11:15 left to go before halftime. As Carter still up to kick, deep to return for Norfolk, Drew Streich for the Panthers. I still overall like what I see, but that key of that first play needs to be perfect. Still holds firm here for the Bulldogs. Low snap. Big booming punt from Still. Strides calling for the fair catch at the 20, and he will easily grab it. And that is where Norfolk will start for their next drive, their first of this second quarter.
34-yard punt by Carter Still that time.
Thank you to our Sports Zone sponsors here for today's game. Justin Thompson Family Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service, no matter what type of insurance you are looking for. Farm, ranch, auto, home, and life, they have you covered. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 20-yard line. Cole Signer still in at quarterback. Cohen Skiff right behind him. Isidro Rosas, the lead tailback in that I formation pistol. 3 wide receivers to the far side. To the near side is going to be Jarecki right up the middle. That is Rosas. He had some daylight, but a great open field tackle. I'm trying to get a number on it. Reese Perry. Actually, Sam Euling. Great open field tackle and hold on from Sam Euling. I think just maybe a gain of 3 for Isidro Rosas. 2nd down and 7.
Initially, it looked like there may have been a hole there on the left, an opening there on the left
pretty
side.
Big opening.
But yeah, nice open field tackle by Sam Euling.
That might have saved North Platte from a disaster of a big play from Norfolk. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, it being Jarecki. Still in that single eye pistol formation. Signer pitching it out. This might be some openings for Isidro Rosas, but no! Ty Hanneborg cuts the edge off, and then there for the tackle, Owen Shea. Beautiful play by the defense as Hanneborg cut the edge off so Rosas couldn't go any further to the sideline.
Perfectly played by Hanneborg that time, and way to pursue Owen Shea and finish him off. Nice job.
And that's a gain of 1 yard from Isidro Rosas, and now passing down on 3rd and 6 with 9:57 left to go. Signer has made a couple of big plays, so North Platte should be aware of a potential pass as Will Raftchen has checked in at defensive end.
Here's those trips.
Yep, there's that
Usually it's
trips.
Rojas, but watch for a screen coming this way.
Skiffin at running back. Signer rolling to his left. Looking. Still looking. Across his body. Oh, and it's going to be caught there by Kason Jones. In protection, Keegan Klaus and Sam Euling. But that is a big first down throw from Cole Signer right on the money. And it's a first down for Norfolk. You said it. If in that trips formation, they're looking for a screen, but a lot of crossing routes and cuts towards the sideline.
And I noticed that if you see the back go out in the flat, they're going to roll to that side and look downfield.
And now it's 1st and 10 for Norfolk at their own 43-yard line. Again, that
new eye back.
Pistol formation.
Wagner.
Yeah, Wagner rolling now to the right. Signer going towards the sideline. There's Kason Jones again, and Stifler will push him out of bounds. Another first down, 14-yard pickup for Cole Signer and Kason Jones. Back-to-back catches for Jones, and with that, another first down inside Bulldog territory. Not really any flashy speed from Norfolk, but they are getting some good separation on their passing plays so far in this drive specifically. As checking now in for North Platte comes Colton Altig as out goes Jake Kincaid for a rest.
Yeah, as hot as it is, they're rotating players.
Which is good.
Yep. Give everybody a little breather. Looks like your linebackers are Keegan Klaus and
Owen Shea and Connor Stifler. We'll actually just only have 2.
Rimza, Hanneborg.
Stifler at cornerback is looking deep towards the end zone. There goes Cole Signer in and out of the hands of Gavin Jarecki. Ian Haremza was in coverage as well as Tiernan Van Alec. And Gavin Jarecki had an opportunity, but a little overthrown by Cole Signer, and now it's 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. They've been going very pass heavy on this drive.
I like the idea. It's kind of hard to overthrow a 6'5" kid out there with that kind of speed, but he did do it.
But also some good defense from North Platte, really. So Tanner Wagner still in at running back. Cohen Skiff, the fullback. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Stritch to the near side. Signer. Now, read option, going to keep it himself. Now, Signer going to pitch it out to Tanner Wagner. Wagner at the 30, 25-20, and is tackled out of bounds by Connor Stifler. There's that read option that they've rarely used so far in this game, but made a big opening of maybe 17 plus from Tanner Wagner. It's
had him for
1st and
18
10
yards on that carry. Well read. I mean, they ran it very well. I didn't see much of that on. Like I said, I only watched about a half of their previous game against Bell East.
As now Skip's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to go nowhere. But it's going to be picked up by Tanner Wagner. So it's actually going to be a loss of yards for Norfolk. There initially on the stop, Jake Kincaid, I think, as well as Colton Altig. The ball then slipped out of Wagner's hands, and it's a loss of 2. Lucky for the Panthers that it wasn't a turnover. But now it's 2nd and 13 for Norfolk. With 8:40 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard, a 14-7 lead for the Panthers. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side. Wagner in the slot, 1 to the near side being Stritch. Signer looking to hurry the play up, stepping back, looking towards the end zone, down the middle. Oh, wow, what a grab by Tanner Wagner, and that is a 24-yard touchdown pass from Cole Signer. to Tanner Wagner. He really had to stretch out to get it, but he made a fantastic grab. And they're going to spot him short, actually. I don't think they're going to say it's a touchdown. Waiting to see. Oh, nope, they're going to give it to him as Isidro Rosas now making his way out. But a 24-yard touchdown pass from Cole Signer to Tanner Wagner makes it 20-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. As Rosas waiting for the snap. Places down, kick is up, and it is good.
8 minutes.
Very pass-happy drive from Norfolk as they drive all the way down from around their own 20-yard line and score, taking exactly more than 4 minutes off the clock.
Nice one-handed grab that time by Wagner.
Nothing you can really do.
No, it was excellent catch.
It looks like North Platte was in the perfect defense just till the very last second. And with that, 21-0 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Currently 6:38 and around, 90 degrees outside, I think is what it's saying right now. Yep, 90 degrees. Our time and temperature brought to you part by High Street Insurance agent Cole Johnson. Also, thank you to our other sponsors for today's game, Justin Thompson Family Agency. No matter what type of insurance you're looking for, farm, ranch, auto, home, life, or business, they have the answers for your insurance needs. Kind of feel like this might be a touchdown to keep yourself in the game kind of drive here for North Platte.
Yeah, because Norfolk's going to receive the kick at halftime.
Yep, and they have scored on every possession but one out of the 4. And North Platte has struggled to, after a magnificent start to the game, have struggled to keep that momentum. I don't want to say it's going to be a game-ending drive if they can't make a touchdown.
Sure
but
would make life harder. So
yes, it would make it extremely more difficult because, again, this offense is not an offense that likes to be trailing by more than 7 points. Currently trailing by 14, 21-7. Isidro Rosas once again punting Caleb Neidhart as well as Ty Hannibal deep to return for the Bulldogs. That kick might be short and returnable for Hannibal, going all the way back, but it jumps into the end zone at the last second. And Hannibal will start and the Bulldog offense at the 25-yard line, trailing 21-7. All right, Smelter, what are you looking for on this drive to maybe turn things around?
I don't know. I just saw Reed O'Brien is going to go out for this first play of this series.
Well, that's a new name. We don't see the junior, number 17, Reed O'Brien.
Yep. So I don't know what we're going to do
as
here.
well as Reese Perry was looking to go out there, but a lot of new faces are out there. Charlie Hunter is out there.
Hunter and O'Brien on the right side.
As well as Keegan Klaus in at running back at big power back.
I'd like to see some misdirection at some point.
They've been going to the right very, very heavy as Caleb Neidhart in motion. Klaus going to go off to that right side, keeping the legs turning, and he falls forward. There's a good pickup for Keegan Klaus, and he really needed that after a very tough game last week for the young sophomore where he fumbled twice when he had gotten playing action. Of course, sophomore, first year of varsity experience.
Looks like they gave him 6 yards on that.
Even better. He is a bruiser of a running back. If you've seen the build of Keegan Klaus, fantastic wrestler, but he is built like a Mack truck, just like Owen Shea.
Yeah, he's not going to be as heavy as Shea, but boy, he's
still going to keep it. Oh, no, that pitch out to Corkow. He's going to pick it up, but he's going to be tackled and forward.
Heck of an effort to get no gain there that time.
Gosh, I feel so bad for Corkow because every time he tries to take a pitch, it just goes completely out of his reach.
Yeah.
3rd and 4, so he at least got back to the original line of scrimmage. Did Brecken Corkow after he was spun forward by Tanner Wagner.
May have been a case where still could have picked up some yards if he kept it. It looked like
he
could have cut it upfield.
He could have cut it upfield. Again, that's just young quarterback still trying to guide his way through his first season. Klaus still in at running back. In motion is Caleb Neidhart. The pitch out to Neidhart. Some good blockers in front of him. Cuts upfield. He's tripped and he falls. Maybe a yard short of the first. If you're North Platte, I think you got to go for it. Tanner Wagner again tripping up the heels of Caleb Neidhart. Yep, and it looks like they will go for it as Reese Perry checks in. Colton Altsig checks in. Trevor Jorgensen was looking to check in, but he'll pull back out. 4th and 1. Oh boy, Jeff Smelter, big opportunity for North Platte. They've had success running the ball up the middle, so while it's still frightening that it's 4th down, They have run successful plays.
I'd say quarterback sneak, but Knutson's given up 100 pounds to Anderson, who's right across the ball from him.
Off the right side, Keegan Klaus put his head down.
There we go.
Falling forward, Keegan Klaus dives for about 4 to 5 yards, and that's a first down. I love the explosive decision-making that Klaus has done. First down as he gets up a little shaken, but...
Yeah, a little different look than what Owen Shea brings. Klaus keeps it really low, and he just kind of squirts through there.
Yeah.
And the Bulldogs have had 7 different ball carriers so far here in the first half.
Yeah, that's really, of course, with how hot it is right now, 90 degrees, good to see so many different options. Wow, really heavy set to the right side for North Platte's offense as Neidhart in motion. Klaus, again, he breaks through a tackle, keeping his head down and holding on that football.
Squirts through there again for
3 yards. Keegan Klaus. Give him credit, again, after those 2 fumbles last week, he is holding on to that ball for dear life. 5:32 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. 21-7 as out goes Keegan Klaus. And checking in for North Platte, I think might be seeing Owen Shea get back to the power running. Nope, it's Will Rathjen who is subbed in for Keegan Klaus, the sophomore. Rathjen, the senior. Ty Handelborg to the far side. Brecken Korkow also at speed back. As Handelborg on a jet sweep. Oh, he's immediately stopped right up front. They're getting penetration. Paco Cuevas completely blowing up that jet sweep. Becomes just completely unblocked off this left side. And Handelborg will lose.
-4?
-4, yeah. It's going to be now third and 11 for the Bulldogs. So not a good place right now with 4:30 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Carter Still. Handelborg in motion. The pitch now out to Ty Handelborg. Handelborg with some great blockers into the open field. He's at the 50-yard line. Oh, and there's a flag. A holding call that'll go against North Platte. And I think Ian Haremza might be the one getting dinged for it. There was a really good gap for the Bulldogs and Ty Handelborg to take advantage. But that might be a devastating hold that will go against North Platte. And Norfolk will accept it. And
again, no hesitation that time.
You have a hold against North Platte, and that is just heartbreaking. Another big play hampered by a hold.
14-yard run is what I had it figured if it would have stood.
Completely erased. So the ball now will go all the way back to where it started, this play. 3rd and 11. Crazy. So 3rd down and 11. Ty Handelborg off the field. Caleb Neidhart in. Kremsen to the far side, to the near side, Sam Euling. Neidhart in motion. They're going to keep it. Pitch out to Caleb Neidhart. He's got some spinning room, trying to break through some tackles. Open field brought down by Bryce Galen. So Caleb Neidhart doing a little bit extra. We have an injured player on the field, I believe, is Galen. Took a hard hit from Caleb Neidhart and is on the floor right now. 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs. They will go for the punt.
Or you worry about cramping on a hot night, but I don't think
that's correct. Well, he took a nasty hit from Caleb Neidhart, who is, I think, really built out better this year. He actually definitely got taller.
Yeah, and I think he's hit the weight room over the summer as well. Hate to see anybody go down.
You do. So with that, we'll step aside and take a real quick break. North Platte.
He's back up.
Well, never mind. Timeouts, though, are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann of the Fortified Group. Stop by his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. But again, we're going to talk about the what-ifs of this half. 2 big penalties yet again have cost North Platte potential points and, more importantly, potential momentum as they'll bring the kick unit out with 3:56 trailing 21-7. Norfolk will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, you don't get your fits on a kick return, and Norfolk takes it to the house. You don't pick up an edge rusher on a punt.
Norfolk starts to the 1.
Had a 1-yard touchdown. So.
And then they drove, and they got a 3 and out. They did get a 3 and out. Or, they did get a 3 and out. And then their last drive just drove it down thanks to Cole Signer and his really good passes.
And his arm, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice job throwing the ball by the Panthers. So
Drew Streich, the man deep to return for Norfolk right now. We got 21-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. 3:56 left to go. You're hoping for offsides or receiving, running into the kicker type of play to potentially give the Bulldogs that extra yardage to keep the drive alive. But 3:56, they still have all of their timeouts available. Norfolk will again be receiving this kick in the second half and off this punt. Still gets the hold. Good punt from Still. Going to be waved off and picked up at around the 29-yard line of Panther territory, and that's where they'll start off. Also, thank you to our Sports Zone sponsors, Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998, and they're bringing those services to the North Platte area. So once again, here we go. Cole Signer in at quarterback. Isidro Rosas, I think, was the running back who was jogging out, but now it's Tanner Wagner. So I honestly think it's going to be up to the Bulldogs secondary to try to stop Signer. He's so far, I know you haven't looked at the stats for Signer yet, but he's been pretty clean all night long.
4 for 5.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Single pistol formation. Now Signer's going to take it himself off the left side. Spins through one defender, keeping the legs turning, and he'll get enough for the first down, an 11-yard pickup for Cole Signer. So Owen Shea with the big tackle. So 11-yard pickup for Signer. Clock now ticking under 3:30 left to go in this second quarter.
That was a good play call that time by the Panthers.
Prepped for that, as you said, that quick pass to the near side, and then took it off to the opposite side and picked up some big yardage.
Followed, was it number 1 that time? Followed Wagner up the middle.
Yep, Tanner Wagner up the middle. So Wagner still in at running back. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Signer. Now play action. Going to keep it himself on the read option. Being chased from behind by Owen Shea, and he falls forward. An 8-yard pickup, maybe 7. They'll give him actually the full 8, so second down and 2 for Norfolk.
2:42 left to play.
Yep.
Here in the first half.
Kalen Knutson getting his right hand taped up. Heavily taped up right now. Second down and 2. Still 4 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Wagner in at running back. Signer. Big pass, going to throw it to Streich on a wide receiver screen. Streich cuts upfield, and he gets enough for the first down and is now at the North Platte 43-yard line, but Drew Streich slow to get up. Very slow to get up. He's shaking his head off and slowly walking towards the huddle. As they're going to call time. I think we're going to call an injury timeout for Drew Streich. As he looks a little. The ref crew, of course, when you see something like that, just keep an eye out for his safety in case he's concussed. So he's going to go to the sideline and maybe get evaluated. Took a pretty nasty hit off a couple of Bulldogs as he was falling down. But it is first down and 10 for Norfolk and the Panthers with 2:15 left to go at North Platte's 43-yard line. Cole Signer, again, only missing 1 pass so far today and has been lights out when given enough time. And I think that's been the problem so far. North Platte the last couple of games have been really good about getting pressure from the defensive line, but so far tonight, not really getting that same pressure. Tanner Wagner in at the slot as Rosas in at running back. Play action pass. Stepping back. Looking to throw. It's going to be that screen. And Rosas has some daylight. And he's going to cut upfield, break through 1 tackle, and fall out of bounds. No flag.
No flag.
Smeltzer looking for that block in the back. Won't get it. Coach Altig having that same conversation with the official as they walk their way down the field. A pickup of 8 yards for Isidro Rosas, but not the end of the world, Smeltzer. You'll take 8 instead of what might have been even more with how much daylight he had open. 1:46 left to go here before the end of the second quarter. Again, Norfolk will be receiving the ball to start the second half. As in comes Gavin Jarecki and Drew Streich. So Streich back on the field. Kaysen Jones to the far side. Isidro Rojas in its slot here on the near side. And timeout going to be called by Norfolk and the Panthers. All right, Smeltzer, we are now under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Take me through what North Platte's going to look to do defensively here, because so far Norfolk has been driving pretty aggressively, trying to
minute 46
touchdown.
left to play here in the first half. Second and 2, you can run anything.
They've been very pass happy, really.
You know, it might be a play action, try a deep pass sort of a thing.
We've seen it. They've tried to go for the end. They've really tried to go to the end zone from the middle.
Or do they want to use clock too and try and score right before half with no time left?
They've been plenty aggressive when it comes to going deep down the field.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they try it on 2nd and 2.
You know, maybe they come out in this 2x2. Maybe you do a pump fake to that little wide receiver screen, and maybe he takes off deep. Kind of hitch and go sort of a thing. See if the Bulldogs bite.
2nd and 2. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McCann of the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McCann of the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, 146 left to go before halftime.
Empty backfield.
Empty backfield for Signer. He's going to step back, and he's going to look to throw. Wide open man coming across the middle. Oh, in and out. Actually, no, Ian Haremza didn't really have a chance, but
made an attempt. But
really bad throw from Cole Signer. I mean, he had Drew Streich wide open over the middle, overthrew him, and Haremza was the nearest Bulldog in vicinity to potentially catch it, but was well out of his reach. But a dangerous throw for Cole Signer.
3rd and 2. Oh, boy, a turnover would be just what we need.
That would have been exactly what the doctor ordered. But 3rd and 2, also a big play. Tanner Wagner is in at running back. They could potentially run that RPO rip. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, being Jarecki. And it's going to be right up the middle from Cole Signer, and he falls forward for a 4-yard pickup and a first down for Norfolk.
Reese Perry in there for the tackle, but just a little too late. Already picked up the first down.
Yep, that RPO action is keeping the Dogs on their toes, and it's been working. 1:30 left to go before halftime at North Platte's 31-yard line. Trips to the far side with Rosas in the slot. To the near side, Jarecki rolling now to his left. Here comes Jake Kincaid from the free side, going towards the end zone. Thrown! Oh, the ball is in and out of the hands again of Ian Haremza. As also in vicinity was Ty Hanneborg, I think. I think that's Connor Stifler.
Yeah, good
Connor
defense that
Stifler
time.
back there. So 2nd down and 10.
Oh, Jake Kincaid is just 1 step away from getting a sack.
He was so close. And it was dangerous for Signer because he was rotating his body to get lined up for the throw.
Yeah.
And if Kincaid was there just a second earlier, that might have been a big fumble. But Signer trots his way back to the huddle. 1:12 left to go.
Trevor Jorgensen in on the defensive line for the Bulldogs. He just checked in.
Dogs going again. And Will Raftgen out there too. So Dogs really rotating in and out. Keegan Klaus, I think, is also out there at linebacker. As Signer rolling to his left once again. Looking, going towards the sideline. There is a flag as there is a catch from Kaysen Jones. He dropped the ball for a second. Picks it back up, but I believe that's going to be a hold on the side of Norfolk. Yep, it is indicated for a hold. I see it from the near official. So it would have been a first down for Norfolk with 1:03 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Will be nullified.
Yeah, I think they held Jake Kincaid that time. They weren't going to let him get within a step.
I was going to say, I wouldn't blame him. You know, I would not be blaming him if that, with how active Kincaid has been so far today. 1:03 left to go now in our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. 2nd down and 20 for Norfolk. Really been pass happy in this drive and really in the second quarter. It's held some success, but can the Dogs hold them out here? Signer, pump action. He's looking. He's in some trouble. Rolling, picks it up, going deep down the sideline. Oh man. Cole Signer, man, was in some trouble. Then Gavin Jarecki on the second effort was able to get past the Bulldogs secondary, and Signer, if he was able to connect that pass, would have been a free touchdown for
Yeah,
Jarecki.
dodged the bullet that time.
As timeout now going to be called by head coach Kurt Altig with 56 seconds left to go here in this second quarter.
I think it was Blake Tonkinson who nearly had the sack on that.
There was a lot of blue
Signer
jerseys
that
in
time.
that area. As Signer went for the pump fake to go to the near side here to Streich, and then had to roll out. And then Jarecki somehow squirted through 3 different blue jerseys and was wide open.
Oh, yeah.
But Signer, of course, in his, effort to get away from the rush, just didn't get set and overthrew his intended target.
The DBs thought Signer was going to take off and run the ball that time, so they got their eyes caught in the backfield, and Streich just snuck past them. And fortunate for the Bulldogs, it was a little overthrown.
Still a 21-7 lead for the Panthers with 56 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families and farmers for 50 years. All right, Smelter, here we go. 3rd and 20. 56 seconds left to go before halftime. Again, Norfolk does receive the second half kickoff. 5 wide receivers, Rosas as well as Wagner at the slot. Jarecki to the near side. Signer stepping back over the middle. Wide open there is Gavin Jarecki. He gets a first down and then some. The zone defense from North Platte unfortunately comes back to bite them as Gavin Jarecki was wide open. And that is a first down and 10 in the red zone for Norfolk with 49 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Big busted play defensively. Once again, empty backfield for Signer. It's a snap. Looking towards the far side. Oh, it's going to be almost
intercepted.
Intercepted as Isidro Rosas was the intended target. I believe Sam Euling was in the vicinity. Looked mighty dangerous where he was looking. 33 seconds now until halftime. North Platte can hold Norfolk to a field goal. You'd come away at least a little happy if you're North Platte's defense. Though that 3rd and 20 might be something that's going to haunt them for at least going into halftime.
Yep. Can't let that happen. 2nd and 10.
2 wide receivers to the near side.
Maybe a deep corner pass here to 50. Oh.
Caden Litchie in at tight end. Streich at the slot. There's a flag on the play. Quick pass to Rosas and maybe a false start. We'll see what they say. Illegal shift on the offensive side. So that is going to be a penalty that goes against Norfolk. 32 seconds left to go on the illegal shift.
2nd down, 15 yards to go for the Panthers. What are we sitting at? 32 seconds?
Yeah, 32 seconds left before halftime. On our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard, it's 21-7. So once again, 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, being freshly subbed in Caden Litchie, the tight end. Signer.
Oh, there's motion.
And they'll call another flag as
running back leaned forward.
Jorgensen kind of waltzed his way up to the line. Trevor Jorgensen crept to the line and got, I believe, Geo Man jumping. So that's another penalty. 2nd and 20 for Norfolk. Well, last time we saw something that had more than 20 yards, Jeff Smelter. Didn't go well, but maybe they learned their lesson with now 23 seconds on the clock as
I could see him lobbing it to the corner to one of these 6'5" receivers.
Now they're putting them to the far side. Jarecki here to the near. Very, very far is Drew Streich. And Signer stepping back. Big run from Jorgensen. Oh, Streich in some trouble. He's brought down from Blake Tonkinson. But more importantly, Trevor Jorgensen overpowering Geo Man at the left guard, forcing Signer to step up in the pocket and then finishing him off, Blake Tonkinson. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful from the North Platte defensive line. How about Trevor Jorgensen? Hate to say small man
amongst the undersized
the
defensive lineman.
185 playing defensive tackle. Overpowering poor Geo Man. Almost got his first sack this season.
Geo Man, there he is. 5'7", 190.
So actually, they're pretty
even.
capable, actually.
Yeah, pretty even matchup there.
So 13 seconds left to go. It is now it's third down, and I don't know how much they've moved the chains, and still might be 20. But Norfolk now down to just one timeout with 16 seconds left. Wouldn't be shocked if they try to go for just a quick pass to, get set up for a
get a
better
little
field
closer,
goal,
yeah,
or
a little
even
better
just
field goal.
run the ball to center it. As Signer again going to be in that pistol with Tanner Wagner right behind him. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Rosas into the slot. To the near side, Drew Streich. So again, putting the tall wide receivers to the perimeter.
Watch the
Signer
screen.
stepping back, looking to throw. Signer going towards the end zone to Drew Streich. It's intercepted by Ty Hanneborg! Signer has been underthrowing some of his passes when North Platte has been in coverage. Another underthrown pass. This time North Platte is able to get the turnover. And it's now, with 11 seconds, Bulldogs ball at their 25-yard line.
Yeah, what can you not do if you have a 6'5" receiver out there? Do not underthrow him.
Don't.
What you do.
And that's what is so, a little confusing, is that you have such a massive, massive player as Drew Streich, who has plenty of reach over any North Platte defender, and you underthrow him.
The only thing you cannot do is underthrow him.
As North Platte will take the kneel out here to end the first half, trailing by 14, 21-7. It looked at some points a little sketchy, like Norfolk was about to blow this game open. But yet again, the Bulldog defense bends but doesn't break. And we go into halftime only Jeff Smeltzer, a 14-point lead for Norfolk and the Panthers.
It could have been much worse. Yeah,
It
looked
really
like
could have. It could have been
21-7.
4
That's not that
scores.
bad. Yeah, down 2 scores. Could have been 3.
Could have been
with
4,
Norfolk,
actually.
Yeah. Norfolk gets the ball to start the second
And
half.
I think that's the big thing. We know that they're going to get the ball to start the second half, and they didn't score this drive.
Yep.
I think that is a good takeaway from North Platte. And we still have to pose the question. I hate posing the question. What are they going to do offensively, though, to bring it back? Because outside of their opening drive, hasn't really been too impressive.
No. Penalties, bad pitch on the option, left Corco hung out to dry.
Bad start to a first down,
Yeah.
getting caught in again, that bad pitch or penalty. It's hit or miss.
You go back, we were down 14-7.
Yep.
Quickly.
Yes.
Didn't have our fits right on a kick return, returned it to the house.
Two plays.
And then special teams.
Yep.
Yeah, both on special teams. And then the punt block, you didn't block the guy on the edge. So
again, it could be worse.
That being said, we've got first downs. Things are happening for the offense a little bit.
They just need to, I think, again, and this is what I've talked about, offensive consistency over points. Because the defense has, again, for a second straight game, I think, really played lights out.
Yeah.
They played really, really good. Problem is the offense is not, as you've said before, pulling its weight and really putting the pressure on the defense and really tiring them out. So if they can, even if it's just give them some rest on the sideline, I think we would be fine with. If it leads to them driving down the field and they don't score, but they at least give the defense some rest to at least play their hearts out, we'd be at least maybe in a little better position or a little more positive potential area.
I like the changeup that they've been doing at power back. You've got Owen Shea, who brings a thud.
Yep.
He's going to pound you, and then they bring in Keegan Klaus, who just squirts through there and always falls forward. I like that. That's been working pretty well. And the pitches to the outside, the little toss sweeps.
Yep.
I like the decisiveness of the running backs, whether it was Hanneborg on the long run, which I think was called back, or Stifler that had the nice run. No hesitation. They're going full speed, making one cut and getting downfield.
Yep, and that's what you like to see, and we can hope that continues to pick up in, of course, the second half as we go out for our homecoming ceremonies. We're going to step aside. We're going to take ourselves a real quick break, and we come back. We'll have our quick stop halftime show on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
That's why we're always
Hey, high school students, why wait to start college when you can begin transforming your future for free? Mid-Plains Community College is now offering free tuition for dual credit and early entry classes beginning this fall. Get ahead, save money, and transform your future while in high school. Talk to your high school guidance counselor or visit our website at mpcc.edu. That's mpcc.edu. Students are responsible for all course-related fees and must attend a Nebraska high school or Nebraska homeschool to qualify.
In a lawsuit, a little extra liability protection can go a long way. I'm Justin Thompson at the Justin Thompson Agency. A personal umbrella policy from American Family Insurance offers $1 million or more of coverage over and above the limits of your auto and home policy. And it's affordable. Contact Justin at the Justin Thompson Agency at 501 South Dewey Street or call 534-2400 today.
American Family Insurance.
Allison just won a popularity contest.
Oh, thank you.
You're almost as popular as the Runza Southwest Chicken Salad.
Oh, what? Because it has crispy chicken, shredded cheddar, tortilla strips, taco seasoning, and salsa?
And Southwest Ranch. And yes,
I'd be more popular if I came with Southwest Ranch.
we all would. Come get the Southwest Chicken Salad at Runza today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
The 2025 St. Patrick's Catholic Church Block Party is back September 13th and 14th in North Platte. Join the parish Saturday night after the 5:30 Mass with a nacho bar, beer garden, and live music from Kim Baxter. Then Sunday from 12 to 3, join us for kids' games, raffles, fun jumps, a bake sale, and lunch. Fellowship, food, and fun, all at the St. Patrick's Catholic Church Block Party in North Platte, September 13th and 14th. Come join in on the fun.
Experience the new Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy Building at 120 West Leota in North Platte, featuring Nebraska's first zero-G 3D unit for advanced balance training, pediatric therapy suite, therapy pool, hand therapy center, and sports performance gym. Call 308-568-7456 to schedule your appointment today. Great Plains Health, comprehensive care for recovery, rehabilitation, and performance.
Your help is our mission.
Every step should feel great, but if foot pain, bunions, heel spurs, or injuries are slowing you down, Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist is here to help. Their expert team of doctors provide top-notch care, from routine foot health to advanced treatments and surgery. Whether you're an athlete, always on the go, or just tired of aching feet, they'll get you back on your feet pain-free. Step into comfort. Call Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist today, or see them online at gpfootandankle.com.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KOOQ. Merrick's Ranch House. Lunch specials Tuesday through Saturday with two sides, just $10. See them on Facebook. Dine in, order online, use DoorDash, or just call for carryout. Merrick's.
North Platte Coast Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Paxton Gordon, the wonderful Jeff Smeltzer right next to me. Quick Stop halftime show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Jeff Smeltzer, it's time we jump into our game stats here at halftime. A Norfolk lead, 21-7, and the stats do show it, though not as bad as it kind of feels on the score. You know what I mean? Just look at these stats: 101 passing, 102 rushing, 203 total yards for the Panthers. Of course, that one turnover just to end the half on their last offensive drive. But they lead, as I don't have the score up there, but they lead at this mark 21-7 over North Platte High School as we get that updated. So again, and then 96 yards offense for the Bulldogs, no passing yards, and 96 rushing.
What's the Bulldogs' average for the season been? Has it been?
It's under 100.
Under
I
100.
think, yeah.
So you've got that much in the first half. So
good step.
That's a positive.
And it could have been more. It really felt like it could have been more than 96, or it could have been than what they have right now showcased. Again, feels like they left a few out there to be picked up.
They did. Got to get cleaner. Blocks on the edge. can't have those long runs called back again. Like, boy, that run of Ty Hanneborg's, I don't know what that was, 20 yards
Yeah, that
plus,
one. Yeah, that one was a tough one.
called back. I'd like to see I think we only attempted 2 passes. I'd like to see
Yes.
a little more passing and some completions. But offense looks much better. They're making progress. And again, defense, yeah, they did give up 200 yards, but they did some good things there too. This Norfolk offense makes it really challenging on you because they've got
Oh boy,
with Rosas and Wagner, or is that Wagner?
Yeah, Rosas and Wagner.
2 good running back, and the quarterback. He's rushed 4 times for 50 yards. So
yeah, not bad himself. Yeah.
Signer. Yeah, in fact, he's their leading rusher. So you got to pay attention to Signer with the quarterback keepers. And he can pass you 7 for 12 in the first half for that 102 or 101 yards and a touchdown.
And this is why I think Norfolk can be a really good team this year. They have first off, they do have grade A wide receiver height. I mean, name me a school outside of Millard South, Omaha West Side, the top 4 or 5 teams that have what Norfolk has on the perimeter. And you really can't find a team like that outside of the perennial, Omaha schools that are, cannibalizing the talent. So this team has the wide receiver height. They have the quarterback who's really good at passing. They have a really good running back in Isidro Rosas. So North Platte's defense is really being pushed to its limits because it has to keep an eye out in terms of pass, run, RPO. It's asking for a lot of things here, which is the toughest thing about what is going on right here for this defense. And so far, 20 giving up 21 points in the first half. That's 3 touchdowns and only one of them coming off of an actual drive, a sustained drive. The first touchdown was off a kick return. The next one was off of a block punt that put them at the 1-yard line of Bulldog territory. The third one was the one that they drove down the field. Outside of that,
yeah,
North has been good.
And I can see the Bulldogs getting another interception or 2. Some of these have been a little careless. These passes.
It really has. He's getting too comfortable. I think the word that his coach would probably be using.
A touchdown pass to was it Wagner?
Yes.
That he made a nice diving catch. It looked like Bulldogs were set up to pick that off, and he just dove right in front of the defender.
I think there's been 5 different times that I've counted where North Platte should have at least gotten an interception or has been in the vicinity of what could have been an interception.
So the potential's there. Keep doing your thing, dogs, and mount another good drive or 2.
I think that's what they need. I think, after, again, fantastic first drive where they just absolutely ripped, Norfolk's defense a new one, haven't found that same spark, whether it be, again, shooting themselves in the foot with a penalty or not getting a good first playoff. There's been the same things that we've seen that have plagued North Platte, but we at least saw it happen. We at least saw that they can make a good drive. It's just sometimes it feels like they have to find the right conditions for it, which is the toughest part about how our offense is going to be operating.
And they're finding their way. Remember, North Platte graduated 19 of the 22 starters.
Yep.
From a year ago. So, but now they've got this is their 3rd game, so I guess they're varsity tested now.
Yep.
So excuses
out the door. So we'll see what they can do. We'll step aside once again on our quick stop halftime show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day here on, it's senior night. When we come back to Bauer Field on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Looking for a trusted insurance provider with years of experience? Fortify Group is the solution you need. For over 3 decades, we've been serving local farm and ranch customers. But did you know we also provide both auto and commercial coverage? As an independent agent, we work with multiple carriers to find you the best option and level of protection you need. There's more info at fortifygroup.me or stop by and visit with me, Kevin McGann, in our new location in 620 South Dewey in North Platte. And as always, rely on Fortify.
Broccoli is a running burger, especially if it's smothered with sauteed onions and fresh onion dip and topped with Swiss cheese.
Sounds like you just had that breakfast burger at Run's.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Are you crying?
Yeah, it's the onions. Wait, are you crying?
Yeah, because I love the French oven. Come get yours today. Because from the way we make it makes you feel. Runs up.
Dual Summers Ford Honda Nissan during their kickoff sales events. Score big with winning deals and tackle bulk savings on over 300 newly pre-owned vehicles right on the link. Don't miss your chance to drive home a victory. At Dual Summers Ford Honda Nissan. And your winner.
That's right. That is back open. This time at a brand new location. Come check us out at our new Days Place, just north of Walmart at 502 East Francis.
This place. The best friends in town. And the best pizza too.
In the family atmosphere you always want. Just at a new stop. Days Place is now open at 502 East Francis in North Platte. Dining, carry out, or DoorDash.
Your family depends on you. That's why you work hard to make sure they have everything they need. With life insurance for life insurance company, you'll feel good knowing you can get them free what matters most. Now's the time to plan for you. Let's talk about protecting your loved one's financial future and finding peace of mind you and your loved ones deserve. For details, contact Justin at 534-2400 or stop by 1 Dewey Street, just south of Little Caesars Pizza.
American Family Insurance.
Every step should feel great, but if foot pain, bunions, heel spurs, or injuries are slowing you down, Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist is here to help. Their expert team of doctors provide top-notch care. Teams foot health to advanced treatments and surgery. Whether you're an athlete, you're always on the go, just tired of aching feet, they'll get you back on your feet pain-free. Step into comfort. Call Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist today, or see them online at gpfootandAnkle.com.
Something beats spending your day watching the game with your buddies. I'm literally right here. Which is why a shelter insurance render's policy is key to your winning game of land. It protects them. Your landlord's policy does. Dude, where's your TV? Where's your TV?
No way.
Like the flat screen TV, they're just guys.
Ask me, Shelter Agent Brent Rogo, about Shelter's competitive renters insurance rates.
That's right. That's just back open. Best time of the brand new location. Check us out at our new Days Place, just north of Walmart, 502 East Francis.
The best of the place. The best place in town. And the best pizza too.
In the family atmosphere you always want. Just at a new stop. Dave's Place is now open at 502 East Francis in North Platte. Dine-in, carry-out, or DoorDash. Whoop, whoop.
North Platte Post Sports.
It's me, Paxton Gordon, here alongside Jeff Smeltzer. It is week 3 of football action as we have the marching band out there right now performing their show for this year. And I'm kind of confused because they have a baritone that's just sitting on the 50-yard line on its case. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's just sitting there, and it's kind of scaring me.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of just scaring me that it's just sitting there. That's just the band and me. As a former drum major, seeing something like that frightens me right now. But
they sound great. Being entertained by the Bulldog Band.
Shout out, of course, getting a new band director this year. Of course, a lot of excitement around the new band director, and I've heard a lot of great things about what has been being produced from the band, and I think a lot of the students really enjoy her. So excited to see what they can do in the future. This is not going to be a, just like the football team, a one-year fix. Athletic director Aaron McCoy looking for more of a culture building he's looking for culture building people to set place. So as we get that underway.
Yeah, homecoming 2025.
Happy homecoming.
Royalty, if you were there Wednesday night, you got to see King Henry Klein and Queen Ruth Kimke.
The band, the drum major, Mr. Klein.
Yep, there's Henry right there on his perch, on his stand. And
is this the first homecoming where it hasn't rained? I feel like every single year it's rained. Last year it rained, the year prior it rained. It was me and Scott Carlson, it rained. So interesting year so far. Yeah. But it's football is what we're here to talk about. And North Platte currently trails 21-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Holst scoreboard.
Weather report. I don't think there's going to be lightning delays this evening.
Thank heavens.
Yes.
I think I've gotten my fair share of lightning delays this
90
year.
minutes or 2
It
hours of
was
lightning
an hour.
delay?
I think it was an hour and a half.
90 minutes of lightning delay first home game.
So we're going to take a little look at some games going on around the area, some really big ones. Ogallala Kozad going on. You can hear that live on Flat Rock 100.7 with Derek Beck on call. So we're just going to name some things that interest us as we go around, but North Platte trailing 21-7. Smelter, I just want to get your opinion on the Owls Lock and Save keys to the second half that you feel North Platte needs to do to come back in this game.
First time you get the ball, another drive like you had the first drive of the game. March down the field, chew up some clock. You can't. Norfolk can score pretty quickly. You don't want them to have the ball too often. Take as much time off as the clock as you can. I still think the defense is ready to get another interception or two before the night's over.
I do agree on that. Do you think that this first drive is super important for the Dogs? Defensively.
Yeah.
I think defensively, because if they hold Norfolk to no points, and then as you said in your scenario, they score, they're only down 7 now.
Right. Yeah, and Norfolk really came out that first drive or two of the game with that fullback and the running back out of
that
the
weird
pistol,
kind
of an I formation out of the pistol. And then we haven't really seen it since then. Then they kind of spread things out.
Yeah, now they've gone to that standard pistol look where it's one running back, quarterback, essentially where a fullback would be, and then they've gone 3 wide receivers as Gothenburg with a 7-6 lead over Adams Central right now.
So curious to see how Norfolk comes out this first drive. If they're going to spread things out and continue throwing, or if they're going to be a little more conservative and run the ball and try and use some clock.
That is a great question because I'm interested about that too because all of our scouting, Mr. Meltzer, has been that I formation kind of look.
Yeah.
They've predominantly been using that, and today they have really gone away from that look entirely and have gone to just that single pistol formation with 3 wide receivers, which again, with the much height they have at wide receiver, not too shocked, but still it's a little interesting to see them go so far away from what they are normally accustomed to.
So, numbers wise, when I looked at the stats on Max Prep for the year, they do have more passing yards and rushing yards, so they do like to throw the football.
And that will, as you said, open up opportunities for North Platte to make some big defensive stops.
Yeah.
As you saw, Ty Hannibal, of course, getting that interception before halftime to cancel out any potential points from Norfolk. And now, as you said, Cole Signer, while he's been 7-12, he has been pretty careless with the ball sometimes.
He is, and he likes to go deep. They had that one touchdown called back that they had to hold. The long pass. And
that interception just now before the end of the half.
Yeah, he'll prefer to go deep before he will a check down. So that's why I think there's chances to make something happen.
But there is more boom bust potential, which is what is so scary because one misstep from North Platte, and that is a big play for the Panthers.
And again, you've got 5'8", 5'10" corners against these 6'5" receivers on the outside.
And it's not that they're getting beat height-wise. They're just Norfolk's getting much better separation from the Bulldog defense.
And then Kason Jones is so good when the quarterback rolls out, just going a little 5 or 10 yard out pattern. And he's been making hay doing that. So get a stop, maybe get a turnover. There has been a fumble. Yeah, they have fumbled once. I think they recovered it. I think it was Skiff, his only carry. He fumbled the ball. So, they're asking to turn the ball over. So let's take it from them and
take
march
advantage
down the field. Yeah.
All right. Well, Jeff, that was our not only quick stop halftime, but our Owls Lock and Save keys to the second half, securing North Platte and surrounding areas for over 50 years. That does it for our quick stop halftime show. We come back. Second half action on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
Quick stop halftime show. The second half action is next on FM 98.1.
Every step should feel great, but if foot pain, bunions, steel spurs, or injuries are slowing you down, Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist is here to help. Their expert team of doctors provide top-notch care, from routine foot health to advanced treatments and surgery. Whether you're an athlete, always on the go, or just tired of aching feet, they'll get you back on your feet pain-free. Step into comfort. Call Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist today, or see them online at gpfootandankle.com.
Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From spicy Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, every bite is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located at 320 Rodeo Road, or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carryout or delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
North Platte Coast Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and yes, live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com. As up now to kick D'Angelo Mata for North Platte, as again they trail 21-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Deep to return again for Norfolk.
Rosas.
Yeah,
and
Isidore Rojas, as well, I believe, as Drew Streich. No, it's Kason Jones. Again, last time North Platte was in kick coverage, they went all the way to the house, 85-yard touchdown on a kick return from Norfolk. Again, that was only the third North Platte.
Fourth kickoff on the season for the Bulldogs.
Which is just crazy to say, but fourth kickoff defense for a very young Bulldog kick return unit. Seniors that I see out there, Connor Stifler as well as Ty Hanneborg and Will Raftgen look to be about it. As there is D'Angelo Mata's kick, and
yeah, we had somebody that got ahead of the kicker on that, so
that's going to be, and that was a really
great
kick from D'Angelo Mata, and with that, instead of kicking from a nice position at the 40,
now do you squib it? You try and get it to
I think you have to.
man.
I think you gotta, especially after what happened the last time you kicked it to Norfolk. So I believe that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So we'll go all the way back 5 yards. Now the 35-yard line. First time I've seen a offsides on a kickoff, I think, in my career.
Yeah, he was about 2 yards ahead of the kicker on that far side.
I believe that is, I think I picked it up, number 16. That is Lake Sellers, who I think was just a hair offsides. So Mata once again will be kicking it deep for North Platte High School. We're going to have to really boom it this time. It's going to be high and short as Kason Jones gets it at around the 15. Jones up the field, tripped up, and he's going to keep the legs turning still somehow, and he'll now be dragged down, and there's the kicker. You said D'Angelo Mata getting the stop, so much better from the Bulldogs.
Nice tackle, D'Lo, and
they'll start at the 35-yard line, so a little 10 yards extra than normal, but better than giving up a
better
touchdown.
than a return.
That's right. So here we go. For the first time in this third quarter, Norfolk will be taken over, and as you said, we're going to be interesting to see what they're going to be really running offensively. As checking out goes Gavin Jarecki, as tight end Caden Litchie will check in. They are going to that I formation, two running backs with fullback Cohen Skiff behind Signer. Signer hands it off. Oh, man, he almost got stopped there. As
first one.
Rosas ball to the floor. North says pick it up. And oh, my goodness, Isidro Rojas fumbled the ball.
He was dancing around trying to make people miss and didn't take the ball with him. And
it's
North Platte football.
My good heavens!
Reese Perry underneath there.
Jake Kincaid with the big stop on Rosas.
He was the first one to hit him, and then he was there to recover the fumble. Nice job, Big Jake.
Wow, and Jeff Smeltzer. All right,
there we go.
It's heating up now. Can North Platte capitalize? That is the big question here. They've been gifted a perfect opportunity to get momentum back on their side. Let's see what they can do. Owen Shea, the big power back. Neidhart here, speed back to the near side. To the far side, Connor Stifler might be seeing a pitch out to Neidhart with how the offensive line is set up. In motion, Neidhart off the right side. Owen Shea, upfield, and he falls close to the 30-yard line. We'll see where they spot him. They'll spot him a yard short of the 40. Second turnover for Norfolk today. And North Platte, on their first run of the second half, pick up 5 yards. It's 2nd and 5 for North Platte High School.
Nice job by the right side again. Tonkinson and Kincaid.
Really overloading that right side.
Good vision. Nice cut there by Owen Shea. Picks up 6.
To the far side for North Platte, Sam Euling. Neidhart in motion. Still going to hand it up the middle to Owen Shea, and he is just taking chunks out of this Panther defense. A 6-yard pickup, and Jeff Smeltzer That is a first down for North
Yep.
Platte High School.
Yep, following the center that time. Good block by Kalen Knudsen.
Reese Perry is now in for North Platte as checking out comes Sam Euling. First down and 10. The Bulldogs at the Panthers' 25-yard line following Rosas's fumble. Still under center. Again, really powerful to the right side. Shea, man, he's going to get blown up immediately there. Tatum Anderson,
No
big
gain on the
defensive
play.
lineman, blows through the line and picks up Owen Shea. It's a probably 1 yard loss for North Platte. 2nd and 11.
300-pound Anderson.
Overpowering
big
that
kid.
left side of the line. Unfortunately, Jake Kincaid, the recipient of that block assignment. Actually, correction, that is not Jake Kincaid. That is Caden Brex at left guard. A little bit of some line shakeup. Still under center. Neidhart now in motion. They'll pitch out to Caleb Neidhart, trying to get a block. Will
Stifler,
spin
nice
up
block.
still and fall forward. Good block from Connor Stifler on Tanner Wagner. And Neidhart with a beautiful spin move might have picked up about 4 or 5 yards to make it third
down.
and 7 for
Definitely
North Platte.
4-down territory.
You think so? You think so? I think it'd be 4 if it's close. Well, if it's close, yes, I agree. But if it's like 4th and 3, 4th and 5,
no, I'm still going for it.
All right, 3rd
Have
and
we
7.
attempted a field goal this year?
Nope. Well, again, we haven't scored a point so until today. Still hands it off to Owen Shea up the middle. He is tackled down. So
here's your 4th and 3.
3-yard pickup. It's 4th and 3. Big call for Coach Altig in this offense. They'll keep Carter still out there. 4th and 4, so he didn't get that extra yard. What do you do in this situation? Do you pitch it or do you keep it up the middle?
I'd try one of those little jump slant passes that we haven't tried. Look at everybody is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
That is true. Now, still going to keep it himself. Cuts upfield. He is not going to get the first down. He falls 2 yards short. Tried to go a little bit with some read option.
I don't mind that play. Had a lot of success over the years with Jonason running that.
Just didn't get
it this time.
Didn't get the push he was looking for or the opening, and that is a turnover on downs for the Bulldogs. So instead of maybe potentially getting the free points with a field goal, they went for it on 4th and 4. Really, honestly, I felt like they should give it to Owen Shea. I know Still is a little more shifty, but Shea has been finding a lot of big success with the ball. So 1st and 10 for Norfolk and the Panthers. They pick up their second possession at their own 18-yard line. 2 running backs in, Skiff and Wagner. Play action pass. Signer looking downfield, throwing it to Skiff and out of the hands of Owen Skiff. As that's now 2nd down and 10 following the drop from Skiff with 8:44 left to go. Good
nice
defensive
job.
pressure and coverage.
Cornerback that time, Ty Hanneberg backed off a little bit and took the pass away from Caden Jones, number 3. I think that's who he wanted originally.
Which is good.
And then went to the check down to Skiff.
Because Hanneborg did get kind of caught last time they ran this play by Skiff, and Drew Streich, that was that touchdown that got called back on the hold. So much better read from Hanneborg. Now 4 wide receivers on the field, Wagner in the slot. Now a shotgun formation for Skip. Stepping back. Signer going to take it himself. Bouncing it to the far side. He has some daylight and is brought down from behind.
He's just a little short.
He is going to be 2 yards short, but Jake Kincaid there on the tackle. I believe it's 3rd down and 2 for Norfolk. Well, 3rd and 1. They're going to give him an extra yard. Big 3rd down stop here as checking in Camden Weaver as hobbling off the field, Ian Haremza. As now it's going to be interesting to see if Signer can see that Haremza, we're going to have a timeout called by Norfolk as there was a man on the field being Kaysen Jones.
Yeah, did they break the huddle with
with
12?
too many? Yep.
So you got to call a timeout there or risk the penalty.
Yep. So timeout called by Norfolk and the Panthers. Timeouts on our end brought to you in part by Kevin McGann of the Fortify Group. So we'll step aside and we'll take a break. We come back more third quarter action on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Jeff Smeltzer here with me. It is 21-7, 3rd and 1 at the Norfolk 27-yard line. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group. Oh, and that's going to be an offsides call as jumping Enrique Ramos jumped early on the first snap, and that's an automatic first down for Norfolk.
Ah, doggone it. Make them earn it.
As
all right, first
Ramos
and 10.
Probably is going to be checking out. As actually it's Caden. It is Ramos will check out, and Blake Tonkinson will check in. So 1st and 10 for Norfolk now at their own 32-yard line, 8:09 left to go. Wagner off the right side gets the handoff. He is brought almost down from behind. He'll go to the opposite veer with some speed. At the 50, he's at the 40 and is going to be pushed out of bounds by Tiernan Vanalik. Big pickup for Tanner Wagner, and that's a first down and then some for Norfolk. Again, 2 North Platte defenders had their hands on Wagner, but he's able to turn it back the opposite field and pick up a big gain, and now Norfolk's into North Platte territory for the first time in this second half at the Bulldog 36-yard line.
They had that chance for a couple of tackles in the backfield, just arm tackles, and he ran right through those. Good run by Wagner.
Signer now again to Wagner. With some patience, he's upfield. Wagner tackled from behind. Blake Tonkinson wrapping up the elusive Wagner. I believe a 7-yard pickup. Makes it 2nd down and 4? Yep, 6-yard pickup. So Brex will check out. Owen Shea checks out. As Jorgensen as well as Rathjen are in, so is Keegan Klaus and Reese Perry. Still in that I formation in the pistol. Signer hands it up the middle to Skiff. Skiff is brought down. Big open field tackle. As that's actually Tiernan Vanalik with the tackle, number 19. So 1st down and 10 for Norfolk, and honestly, I haven't talked about it a lot today, but Bulldogs are missing really a lot of Trey Burke with how some of these runs have gone.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's
the pitch now out to Wagner. Yep, as he hesitates now, bounces to the outside. There's going to be a flag as out of bounds. Ooh, that's kind of close. As we're going to have a flag on around the 29-yard line. Will go against Drew Streich for maybe a hold or a block in the back, but very close to being a maybe.
Skiff had his palms up like, what did I do? So I don't.
But a very close play here to the near sideline. That could have been a late hit from Keegan Klaus out of bounds. It's going to be a hold on the side of Norfolk. So that'll push him back 10 yards and negate that first down carry.
All right, first and
20 now. So here comes really the first big pass, I would assume, for maybe Norfolk, at least in these next couple possessions. 2 wide receivers to the near side being Kason Jones and Drew Streich. Signer, play action pass, rolling to his left. He now is going to find a wide open Skiff. Good catch by Skiff, and he's going to be down in the open field by Keegan Klaus.
Takedown by Klaus.
As Klaus, a great open field tackle, and really not too much of a pickup there for Norfolk. Makes it maybe 2nd down and 12 for the Panthers, or 14.
14, boy, I thought that was
8. I thought that was much closer. Yeah. Gavin Jarecki has checked in, so they're bringing the big wide receivers out. Jones, Jarecki, and Streich, as well as big number 80, Jacob Saldana out there. 4 wide receivers as Signer going to take it himself up the middle. Jake Kincaid was there for a second. Signer splitting through the defenders, and he'll fall forward after the tackle from, I believe that's Trevor Jorgensen. Another big pickup for Cole Signer, a 10-yard pickup, makes it third and a manageable 4 for Norfolk. Big stop here for North Platte coming up. You start them 20 yards deep on their first down.
First and 20 yet.
4 wide receivers again. Signer going to keep it himself, and he's going to have clear daylight. Cole Signer cutting upfield. Signer trucks through a man, and he falls forward to the about 3-yard line. And Cole Signer had plenty of daylight after a beautiful read option. And
he did.
He took a nasty hit, and he is slow to get up right now as substitutions come in, but big first down for Norfolk in the Bulldog red zone.
You're going to see the Maryland eye because they've got both running backs plus the fullback skiff.
So first and goal at the Bulldog 3. Yep, here's that Maryland eye. 2 wide receivers on the field. To the far side is Jarecki, to the near side, Streich. Signer under center. Going to hand it off to Skiff, and Skiff will try to power his way in, and he does so. Norfolk getting another touchdown off of a big drive that took off about 4.5 minutes. 4:57 left to go in the third. It's now 27-7. As Jake Kincaid having a conversation with the back judge, feeling like he got held. But that's another touchdown from Norfolk, and they went primarily to the run. And North Platte just unfortunately could not find the one big stop they were looking for, as kick is up by Rosas and almost blocked, but it's good as Trevor Jorgensen just barely didn't get there in time. It's now 28-7 here on homecoming with 4:57 left to go. Timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as Justin Thompson Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service no matter what type of experience you're looking for. Isidro Rosas now will once again be kicking for North Platte. Do you really think, I hate to be that guy, with 4:57 in the third, you think this is the game-deciding offensive possession for North Platte? Because if you think about it, if they take 4 minutes off and then Norfolk takes another 4, you're down to 8, and you're banking on the fact that they don't score again.
Yeah, it sure would make things hard if you don't score here.
Of course, yeah. It would make it near impossible for them to come back, because so far today they have not really shown that big explosiveness outside of the first possession.
Sure, you sure hope you could have scored on that gift.
That fumble.
You get the fumble recovery and a short field. That would have cut it to a 7-point lead. But I was just on my phone looking up. My eyes did not deceive me. Fremont beat Omaha Westside last week, so little hope for some of these outstate schools.
You're joking, right?
17-14 on a last-second field goal.
My gosh, that's Omaha Westside?
Yep.
Wow.
Omaha Westside went down to Fremont,
and that's
last
now
week,
That's going to be Class A Fremont. That's joining the Metro. Next season. As Rosas' kick going to be picked up by Hanneborg at the 2-yard line, so he'll have it returnable. Hanneborg to the near side, cuts upfield. Ty Hanneborg tackled from behind at around the 25. So really making the most of what he had. But again, Fremont announced earlier this month or last month that they're moving to the Metro, so they'll be going to Omaha. And then Elkhorn North going to Class A.
It's going to move up to Class
A. And then
A.
theoretically, in the post we saw, Lincoln Northwest would be another team moving up to Class A next year. So interesting position now for the Bulldogs, because they are the last place team in all of Class A enrollment-wise.
Things come out in November, but there is a chance that maybe North Platte moves down.
By force. So that means if they get moved down by force, they won't have a postseason ban. 3 wide receivers on the field for the Bulldogs, something we rarely see, so might be passing. Quick little pass into the hands of Hanneborg, and there's a flag that's going to be immediately thrown to Colton Altig, as that was almost intercepted.
See if they accept it or
deny it, as he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Second or 10 or first and 20?
I believe you might as well go with how North Platte's been. Just go second and 10. Nope, they're going to back him up.
Okay, first and 20.
But I honestly think a saving grace, because that would have been disastrous. That pass almost intercepted.
Yeah.
well aware of where that play was going for Norfolk. I believe was here in Kypra.
And I don't know if on a play like that you want to use a cut block and try and get the defender's hands down.
Potentially, yeah.
But he got his hands up and nearly deflected or intercepted it.
So Carter still in that quarterback as he'll roll now and look to throw. Still, jump pass. He finds Sammy Euling for his first catch today and the first completed pass for North Platte High School. So a nice pickup of, I think, maybe just 3 yards. Makes it, well, they'll give him 4, so it's 2nd and 16. Again, just small little passes here and there. As Norfolk has done a much better job of holding the perimeter for their sweep plays. Hanneborg and Neidhart in its speed back. Neidhart in motion. The pitch out to Caleb Neidhart. Really good blocks now for Neidhart. He cuts upfield. Neidhart spinning and being pulled down past the original line of scrimmage. He picked up 7 yards to make it 3rd and 9, I think, for North Platte. There was some good blocking by the Bulldogs front line, and it gets Caleb Neidhart up to actually even give him 1 extra yard, 3rd and 8. Now, I think you got to give the ball to Hanneborg here, right? Most dynamic player.
Possibly, yeah.
On the far side there, and they are heavy fronting this
direction.
Yep, they are heavy fronting this near side. Hanneborg in motion.
Oh, and
a jump.
Right.
There you go.
3rd and 3. That makes things better.
Another jump for the Norfolk offensive line. I believe that's going to be Matthew Leon, the 260-pound sophomore, as checking in Colton Altig. So what was 3rd and 8 is now a much more manageable 3rd and 3, Jeff Smelter. Owen Shea is in at running back as power. I think the answer is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Just hand it off to the wrecking ball. Yep, that's where he's been most deadly. 3:25 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. North Platte trailing 28-7. They are heavy powering the near side once again. Hanneborg is that speed back to the far side, and Coach Altig going to call a timeout as North Platte on the play clock almost runs out of time. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Pretty encouraging drive so far for the Bulldogs after that initial big hold. Could get a first down here. Potentially.
Because when North Platte gets 1st and 20, it's a challenge.
You hate to be that guy, but this offense is not designed for anything past 1st and 10. Especially when you don't have a guy, like a Colton Tilford. Not saying that there's not somebody on the roster right now who could be like that, but Colton Tilford was a guaranteed 7 yards on average, and so far this season there has yet to be somebody who has consistently been able to produce production like that to make it feel like if it is 1st and 20, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Speaking of Colton, I guess he had a really good game last week.
If you're living under a rock, yep. He's now at UNK. Of course, was he at which Dakota? He was at the Jackrabbits, right?
Blue and yellow one.
South Dakota State, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So 3rd and 3, 4-down territory again if they don't make it? I think so. Owen Shea behind Carter Still. As there is Shea off the right side. He's bouncing it back towards the inside. Oh, he's going to be a yard, maybe even half a yard short. 4th and 1, you got to go for it here, Coach Alting.
Yep.
4th and inches. Now, don't get cute with it. Of course, we've seen them try to do that Carter Still, off the right guard, dive as checking in now for the Bulldogs offensively, Reese Perry.
I'd run the same play.
Just give it to Owen Shea and just have him go up the middle. And worst case, Carter Still can get the 1 yard, but I just think you gotta give it to the big back who's been doing.
Pound the rock with Owen. He can get you a yard.
4th and 1. They're 0 for 1 today, North Platte on 4th downs. Shea off the right side. Oh boy, and make that 0 for 2 as he is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I think the defensive coordinator thought the same thing we did.
Unbelievable, as that's another turnover on down. 2nd of the day. No gain. It's 1st and 10 for Norfolk at the Bulldog 34-yard line. Touchdown here would all but, I hate to be that guy, wrap it up, I think. Unless the Bulldogs can get a big interception or a big stop and take it for a quick score. With 2:22 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, this is where this offense really does struggle in situations where they're trailing by more than 2 scores because you need to really hurry things up, and this offense is more about slow grind out. Signer in the pistol. RPO action, hands off the skiff up the middle, and he gets maybe 2 yards to make it 2nd down and 10. Or sorry, 2nd and 8 with clock now running at 2:14. And again, I wouldn't be shocked if now Norfolk going to go to more of a run-heavy offensive look.
Yeah, pretty sure you're going to see Skiff and Rosas and Wagner carry the ball from here on out.
As Wagner is in at lead speed back. Skiff getting that fullback position in this pistol eye formation. Signer stepping back and rolling to his right now.
And as soon as we
Look
said
at
that,
going towards the open field. Oh, it's caught by one Kaysen Jones, and in between Colton Altig and Ty Hanneborg, a 1st down and then some for Norfolk. And yep, just as we were bringing up, we think they're going to go run the rest of the way. Big play to Kaysen Jones on the near sideline, and it's 1st down and 10 at the Bulldog 16-yard line. Another red zone opportunity for Norfolk today.
I'm impressed with Jones. He's a really good receiver.
And it's not like North Platte's getting terribly beat. A lot of these are just dinks and dunks at this point, but just far enough to get them a lot of room to run. Pistol formation, Wagner, the single back, rolling to his left. Signer looking for
There's
a
that
screen
screen.
pass, and then wide open. Tanner Wagner, and he just waltzed it in. There was, you talked about it all day today, that roll and overload the one side and then just screen the opposite way. And there's Tanner Wagner on a 16-yard touchdown pass from Cole Signer. 34-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. They haven't deployed it all day today.
No, and there it was, yeah. So much for our theory that they're just going to run the ball out for the rest of the game.
I mean, it sounded so nice in our heads.
It did.
1:39 left to go in the 3rd quarter. As Isidro Rojas kicking for Norfolk again. Snap. Oh, blocked by Jake Kincaid. Laying the big hands down, so PAT is no good.
That's important because that's just a 27-point lead. So the running clock's at 35.
35, yes.
So they'd have to have a 2-point conversion to get a running clock on the next score.
But it's again,
but if
North Platte needs to.
But if Bulldogs score here, then you don't have to worry about it.
North Platte, I think, though, they need to score here really, not just for the thought of staying in this game, but finding momentum for next week because you're playing Lincoln Northeast, which we have said is going to be a North Platte victory. But the way that they've struggled, and Lincoln Northeast, I think, is 1-1 this season. Interesting to see, how that game's. They're 0-2. So
2-0.
They're 2-0.
Beat Omaha Northwest 58-6 and Omaha Bryan 42-0.
Well, I think
both winless teams.
I was going to say so.
I think last year they came into the North Platte game.
They were also 3-0.
Yeah.
No, they were 3-0 at the time. They were 3-0. We were like, is this the time that Northeast is going to change? And then, no, they did not change. They looked. No offense to Lincoln Northeast, but they did not look good in that game.
So yeah, very similar to last year where they. Well, who are they playing tonight? Maybe they'll be 3-0.
But really, I think now for North Platte, it's all about, can you just find momentum?
They play Benson, so they might be 3-0 going into next week's game.
And Benson, 1-1.
They're 1-1.
Which is, because they beat Buena Vista, I believe. So, up to kick now is Isidro Rojas. As big booming squib kick, almost high end over end, and it goes into the end zone. So again, at this point, I think for North Platte, you're not really looking to score touchdowns to get back in this game, but more establish momentum for next week. I feel like this is again another good step in the right direction. I think today is much better than it was last week. They're just not finding the consistency that Coach Altig is looking for. We're seeing really good steps, whether it be small or big. In certain instances, it's still not the overall push he wants forward from this team. But again, we talk so highly of this program because they have been so successful in the past. They've never, I really think, in the last 5-6 years have had as many new starters in one consecutive season.
No, I haven't seen a complete turnover like this one, but
as there is a delay of game, as Carter still trying to get to the line as quick as he can, but they'll get the delay of game, and that's a 5-yard penalty. Timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey Sweet B, as well as Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and are bringing those services to the North Platte area. 3 wide receivers again for the Bulldogs as Still will step back and roll to his right looking to throw. Oh, he is in some trouble and he falls down and is fallen on to by Cohen Skiff. Huge sack for Carter Still and this North Platte offense, and now they're going to be placed at the 7-yard line for them. So second down and, oh boy.
You have a delay of game coming off a dead ball.
Yep.
And then
loss of 8
an
on a
8-yard
sack when he trips trying to roll around Cohen Skiff. So with 1:11 left to go in the third quarter, 2nd and 23 at their own 7-yard line. Nobody back around the 30-yard line. Everybody's in the box or within 5 yards. As the pitch now out to Ty Handelborg, trying to bounce to the outside. He tries to cut upfield, but yet again there with the hands, Tanner Wagner wrapping up the senior Handelborg, and he might have got back to the original line of scrimmage, and he did. It's 3rd down and 23 for North Platte with 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter as Reckon Corco now checks in, or Corcow checks in. 3rd and 23 here on homecoming, a 34-7 lead for Norfolk on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Neinhart was going to be in motion. Still looking, stepping up in the pocket. Carter Still, oh my gosh, he is lit up. Cohen Skiff blew up Carter Still.
2 guys slowed down his momentum in a full speed.
Cohen Skiff.
Yeah.
As we have an official's timeout, as they're probably going to move Still out. We might actually be, I don't want to say.
Yeah, I think there was a Panther that came up a little slow.
Okay, it looks like that's going to be taking a slow stroll.
And it's
Vidal Aguirre, but that is how this quarter will come to an end. As Bulldogs trail 34-7 when we come back here to Bauer Field on FM 98.1 and AM 1410 and live streaming on our State Farm agent, or excuse me, on our Cedar Room live stream.
When making important life decisions about your financial future or insurance needs, it's important to work with people you trust. That's why at Farm Bureau Financial Services, we don't rely on algorithms, bots, or auto-generated answers. We get to know you, so we can help you get the right coverage and make smart financial decisions.
In North Platte, visit Jay Engel at fbfs.com/find-an-agent.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
Experience the new Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy Building at 120 West Leota in North Platte, featuring Nebraska's first zero-G 3D unit for advanced balance training, pediatric therapy suite, therapy pool, hand therapy center, and sports performance gym. Call 308-568-7456 to schedule your appointment today. Great Plains Health, comprehensive care for recovery, rehabilitation, and performance.
Your health
North Platte Coast Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, 34-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. High snap as, well, they're going to go for it here as Carter's still going to try to bounce around and into some daylight, but gets to the 10-yard line. I don't think
it's intentional. It's just he did not want it blocked again.
Yeah, so he took it out of the end zone himself, and that gives Norfolk perfect opportunity to potentially put the dagger through the hearts of the Bulldogs and put them up 35 and start the running clock. Yeah, it was not intended that, but with the snap being so high and Norfolk having a relatively free rush, Carter Still's going to take it out, and he's going to get it to at least the North Platte 12-yard line. So in the red zone, actually it's on the 9 for Norfolk. Still out there, Cole Signer and Rojas. Owen Skiff in that pistol eye. Signer going to pitch now out to Rojas. Rojas in the open daylight, trying to be brought down from behind by Reese Perry.
Horse
collar tackle. They're going to give it. They're going to call Perry with the horse collar tackle, trying to hold on to dear life, but unfortunately wrap those fingers around the horse collar, and that's now going to put them first and goal at the inches mark, essentially, half a distance at this point. As currently 34-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard.
So automatic first down.
Yep,
So it's
automatic
first and goal from the 2.
Trying to see where about the 2-yard lines where they're going to put it. First and goal, getting in that. No, and that's pistol formation with Skiff now to the left of Signer. The pitch out to Rosas. He has some daylight. And a good crackback block from Skiff will allow Rojas to get into the end zone. And Isradro Rosas gets a touchdown, and it is now 40-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard with 11:38 left to go here in the ballgame.
Oh, are they going to go? No, they're just going to kick the extra point and
I
leave
forgot.
it at 34.
Yeah, I forgot. They missed the last extra point, so this kick here would make it, as you said, 34 points and it's good. So North Platte trailing now 41-7. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, which is on the one-ways in Suite B. As well as Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and bringing those services to the North Platte area. Interested to see how that Ogallala game's going right now. Ogallala Kozak.
Eric on the call for that one?
Beck on the call, of course, on Flat Rock 100.7. 2 new head coaches. Of course, new
that's
head
right.
coach in Ogallala, and then Jared Crick, the head coach for Kozak. That's still weird to say that.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely crazy to think an NFL caliber player is a head coach here in Nebraska.
Back in his hometown, coaching
I was going to say,
hometown
makes
Haymakers.
sense as he is from Kozad. So good for that program.
Yeah.
You know, they were a very heavy favorite coming into this year to put up some, good points and be a top 10 team and face the likes of Sydney and Central City, who are two teams that were higher than Kozad in the top 10. And
kind of a killer schedule to start the
talk
season.
about us, yeah.
I think Kozad had to replace their quarterback. Had to replace Noah Shoemaker.
Yep. Yes. Who is
Who was
also
at
Shadron
State.
State.
Yep.
Well, I didn't even know he's at Shadron State, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. You said Shadron, and I was just like,
Shadron
is there a
State.
Shadron?
Sorry.
So here we go. North Platte St. Patrick's up 44-0 over Kimball at 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. As high kick end over end will go into the end zone from Rosas. And now we're going to see North Platte's offense yet again come out with 11:38 left to go in the fourth quarter, trailing 41-7. Carter still in at quarterback. What point are you going to be interested in maybe seeing some new faces come on? Because we've seen in the last couple of games that we've seen a lot of new faces.
I think this might be the last series. If you don't score here, you probably bring in some young kids.
Neidhart in, as well as DeAndre Holmes at speed back.
Okay.
On the far side, opposite of Neidhart. Neidhart in motion. Up is Holmes, and he'll be stopped immediately by Tatum Anderson, who is having himself quite a game today.
Well, they're making it challenging for me because that is ball carrier number 9, I believe.
You're running out of space, and I thought I got you a sheet that had enough running back space this year. Reese Perry now checking in for North Platte.
Oh, what was that one? Was that Benson or Northeast?
It was probably Benson.
We had like 12 or 13 ball carriers.
Reed O'Brien also in here at wide receiver as they overload the near side. Still under center. In motion was Holmes. They're going to hand it off up the middle. And going to go nowhere. Tanner Wagner gets a big stuff alongside another plethora of white jerseys trying to catch a number on that, I believe.
Holmes again.
And it is DeAndre Holmes with the second carry. To the far side, Isaiah Plunk is the speed back. So 3rd and 11 now for North Platte. With 10:35 left to go. O'Brien and Kincaid here to the near side on a heavy set. Still under center. In motion was Isaiah Plunk. The pitch out to Isaiah Plunk, and immediately he's going to see a white jersey in his face. Makes a good move and will be shoved out of bounds after a pickup of 4 yards, maybe even 5. Well, I think they'll just give him 4. So Isaiah Plunk getting some good yardage, but immediately saw a white jersey right in his face after he picked up the pitch was Marin Kuipra. So it's 4th down and 7 for North Platte as Carter's still on to punt and back to return for Norfolk, Drew Streich. Here in the 4th quarter, 10-17 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. High snap, still is able to get it. Oh boy, high endo Frank tip. Yep, it's not going to be his best punt. Takes a bad bounce at the 40 and falls out of bounds at the Bulldog 37-yard line. Of course, unfortunately for Carter Still, who had a great game punting so far today, his worst one by far.
His average was 35.7 until that one, and that was about an 11-yard punt.
Yep. Again, he's had even though the offense has not had its best performance today, getting better and better week after week when it comes to punts. Of course, remember, had a couple of those pretty bad shanks against Kearney week 1. Week 3, again, averaging over 37 before that latest 11-yard punt.
It looks like a little bit of a different line for
And we're going to have a new quarterback on the field. It looks like that's going to be Parker Rabbis, who will be taking over. 7 seconds. Norfolk's going to have to burn a timeout.
He's their 3-point shooter on their basketball team.
Very dangerous Norfolk squad, of course. As timeout called by the Panthers with 10:09 left to go as they bring in their second unit. North Platte trailing 41-7 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group. So next week, Lincoln Northeast in Lincoln. Now, I'm trying to remember if Northeast has their own field if they play at Seacrest. I think they're a Seacrest team.
I think they are too, but I think they have played at the Lincoln Highfield. Seems like we played them there a couple years ago.
We did.
Because it's kind of a pretty background with the Capitol and
it looks nice if you look in one direction.
One direction.
But that is a game that you probably have circled. We've had circled all season as a potential win, or we've guaranteed it as a win. Of course, if you check to see who they're playing this week,
Northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benson.
Oh, so they'll be potentially
3-0.
So in at quarterback is Parker Rabbis, who said 3-point sniper for their basketball team as they ended up the middle, driving in to Marin Kuipra, and he might get a yard, or they'll say he at least got back to the line of scrimmage. Bless you. Actually, no gain.
Got some wholesale changes for the Bulldogs here.
As trying to see who got that tackle, and even more wholesale changes for North Platte, as maybe Lake Sellers, I think, was there on the stop, as well as frickin' Courtcow defensively. 9:35 left to go here in this 4th quarter.
Christensen, Couts are on the offensive line.
Trips to the far side as Rabbis in the shotgun with 7 seconds on the play clock. He'll step back and he'll look to throw. Rabbis stepping up, going toward the far side line, overthrows his intended target, Dylan Croth. And that is an incomplete pass. 3rd and 11 for side of Norfolk. North Platte looking to get a 3-and-out defensively here against the second unit for.
Oh, just saw fireworks to the east. That must be at St. Pat's Knights of Columbus Field.
Yeah, they were up.
I don't know if you saw that. Yeah,
nothing.
there's just some fireworks over there.
Interesting. Still with these 4 wide receivers, Rabbis in the shotgun. Play action. Actually, he'll hand it off up the middle, and falling forward is.
Great.
I believe that is going to be Vidal Aguirre. Actually, Ricardo Rosas, the brother to Isidro Rosas.
Was that a 9?
Ricardo, yes.
Yeah, it was a
Ricardo,
9.
his brother. So it's 4th down and 6 for Norfolk and the Panthers with 8:50 left to go. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Again, no running clock as it's only a 34-point lead for Norfolk. Rabbits now to the right side, rolling, going very high into the sky,
through the
and out of the hands again of Dylan Korth.
Yeah, it's a nice problem to have if you're Norfolk. You got it. Your backup quarterback is also a senior, so you have 2 senior quarterbacks.
Now you're sitting there going just like, next year could be their year that they took that slump.
Yep.
Aha! So turnover on downs for Norfolk's offense as
Here comes
Dylan.
Shane Patterson in at quarterback.
Yep, there it is. So get a new quarterback, Shane Patterson, in for North Platte. Camden Weaver also in alongside Charlie Hunter, I'd assume, with the North Platte reserves.
There's
as power back
Liam
is DeAndre
Bargell.
Holmes. Good to see Bargell. I'm excited
out.
to see what he can do here at wide receiver to the near side. Patterson again at quarterback. Big body, and North Platte will take a timeout as they were running out of time on the play clock, so they'll get set up. So with Patterson in, much different than Carter Still. Taller, but I can't say shockingly, but surprisingly the fastest guy on the team.
Yeah, we heard that
According
last
to
week during
Jimmy
the lightning
Pack,
delay that
yes.
he's the fastest player on the Bulldog team.
According to Jimmy Pack, he was the fastest member, which I find kind of shocking because there is so many we have categorized as fast guys on the team. Ty Hannibal,
and he might not be the fastest one for 5 yards, but once he gets those
when he
legs
gets those
going,
legs going,
he's a long strider. Good quarter miler, half miler on the track team.
And again, just like Carter Still, if he gets a clean pocket, has a pretty good arm.
Yeah, he does.
And that's what I think is, I hate to say like a what if scenario, but like if Still or Patterson get a clean pocket, they really do have a beautiful pass. They just unfortunately have not had the time to make a pass like that. So Patterson in the quarterback, Holmes right behind him. Camden Weaver in motion. Holmes off the left side. DeAndre Holmes barreling forward for the first down.
DeAndre.
The sophomore, DeAndre Holmes, listed at 150 pounds, picks up 11. Still haven't, no need to add another one just yet. We're getting there. They're going to get there.
We've got 10 ball carriers so far.
You said the record was 12, if you remember correctly?
I think it was 12 last year.
All right, we got 2 more. Camden Weaver's probably going to get one, and Charlie Hunter might get one. So Patterson himself might take it. So under center, Shane Patterson behind him, DeAndre Holmes. In motion is Charlie Hunter. The pitch out to Hunter. Ooh, plenty of daylight for Charlie Hunter. With some speed. That's actually
Isaiah Plunk.
Correction, 34, not 24. There's Isaiah Plunk getting to the 40-yard line. Looks like a 2, but it's a 3. It's Isaiah Plunk. Enough to move the chains. Big first down for the senior Plunk. And the Bulldogs get a first down. Really beautiful blocks again up front to allow Plunk to put North Platte in Norfolk territory. Plunk again in motion. Off the right side, DeAndre Holmes. Holmes with a gaping hole, keeping the legs turning and falling forward. DeAndre Holmes.
A first down?
Will get the first down. 2 carries for DeAndre Holmes on this drive, and it's an 11-yard gain and then a 10-yard gain. First down for North Platte. Secondary. Ooh, now they are really hurrying the offense up here. Look at that. Hurry up offense for the Bulldogs. In motion, Camden Weaver off the left side, DeAndre Holmes. Holmes with some daylight again falls forward to the 20-yard line, and they'll move him back to the 21. Second down and 3 for the Bulldogs. DeAndre Holmes making a name for himself on this drive. As Liam Bargell is in, as well as Cade Songster. Camden Weaver to the near side, Plunk to the far side. Plunk in motion. Up the middle once again for DeAndre Holmes, spinning and trying to turn the legs where that far official is. It might be a first down depending on where they put the spot. He looks oh so close. He might be just a half yard short. 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs offense. So 3rd and 1. DeAndre Holmes getting some good action here in the second unit. Weaver in motion. The pitch out to Camden Weaver. Almost blown up. He's in the daylight. Weaver puts his head down. Almost breaks through the tackle at around his ankles. Evan Wiley on Camden Weaver's ankles. That's a first down, and North Platte is now positioned at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the Norfolk 6-yard line with 6:23 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Off the right side, DeAndre Holmes. DeAndre Holmes! The extra effort is in for a Bulldog touchdown. How about it? The sophomore picking up his first touchdown at the varsity level. DeAndre Holmes, the man who was the superstar this drive for North Platte.
Oh, good hard running that time by DeAndre. Does not shy away from contact.
No,
I
he
like
doesn't.
that.
Not a very big back, sitting at 150 pounds, but boy, he does not stray away from those bigger bodies coming at him. Here comes the second extra point of the year for D'Angelo Mata. It's 1 for 1 so far. Perry, gets through his hands, and Mata now needs to take advantage. DeAndre Mata throwing it to the end zone. He almost made a super read. There was a man wide open at the goal line. I believe that man was Brecken Korkow. Actually, it was DeAndre Holmes who was open at the goal line.
Well, he had a vertical. He got up in the air to make that
They're
pass.
pretty high, but extra point is no good after the snap went through the hands of Reese Perry. And now it's 41-13 with 6:15 left to go. That drive, Mr. Smeltz, even though it's second team on second team, pretty impressive, especially up front, really creating some big gaps for DeAndre Holmes, Isaiah Plunk, as well as Camden Weaver to make some noise.
And sometimes you don't know what you get when it's an all second team unit out
Yes.
there. They did not make the mistakes, the penalties, the fumbles. They just look coherent and good.
They took the advantage that they had been given. They took the opportunity and they all ran with it. And they drove all the way down the field and score a touchdown. The extra point is no good. So it's 41-13 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard with 6:15 left to go.
Also, your new master board is really colorful.
I know, right?
Yeah. You see that with the lights up.
I love it so much. The beautiful screen. Of course, we've
Yeah.
gotten a whole plethora of new items, new graphics, new boards. It is very colorful. We normally have the lights
disco
on.
over
I
here.
know.
Yeah,
we normally have the lights on at this point in time, but we don't, so it's very bright. But again, with 6:15 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard, it's a 41-13 lead for North Platte. Mata with a very, very short kick can be picked up at the 16-yard line there by Dylan Korth as being tackled down. First on the scene, Camden Weaver. And Norfolk will start what could potentially be their last offensive drive. I think at the 25. We'll see where they place it.
Ethan Moore, Dustin Weeder. Let's see, we got 67 out there.
12's also out there, so.
Chinos.
Tice Rathburn out there as well. Good to see these young guys alongside Reed O'Brien, Camden Weaver to the near side, to the far side, Charlie Hunter, as well as Lake Sellers in cornerback, Reese Perry at linebacker. Rabbis going to hand it off and keep himself. Rabbis now going to pitch. He's going to pitch it out and drown the perimeter and getting some open territory. Braden Kuzer will pick up the big carry. Lake Sellers, the North Platte Bulldog there to make the stop, and it's second down and 2 with 5:40 left to go.
Lake, he missed a lot of the Legion season with a hand injury, didn't he?
Yes, he did, if I remember
correctly. Had a good
correctly.
high school season, and then Legion season was a little shortened.
So Rabbits in the shotgun again in that heavy I formation. As he'll hand it off up the middle, spinning forward to close to the first down. He might have gotten it on the second effort.
Number 22.
That's going to be Cole Barg, and he'll pick up the first down for Norfolk. So clock keeps ticking. Ticking away. First and 10, 5:07 left to go. The Bulldog 35-yard line, 41-13 the lead for Norfolk and the Panthers.
Oh, we've got is this still Rabbis or is this
Dean
a different quarterback?
Kruger is the running back as, it is going to be a new quarterback. I believe that's Turner Wilkie as a little run up the middle from, not Rabbis, as I believe they put their third string quarterback in, number 6. That is Braden Kuzer, Coach Kuzer's son, or Chris Kuzer, the head coach for Norfolk. 3-yard pickups, making it second down and 7 for Norfolk. With 4:27 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. So Coach Kuzer's son in at quarterback. Carried off up the middle by Maverick Burns. Actually, correction, that was Dean Kruger. The pitch out now. Dean Kruger off the right side, trying to find some spacing. Dean Kruger is tackled at the 40-yard line. Bargell checks in also for North Platte, alongside Ben Nolda and D'Angelo Mata.
Oh, more fireworks to east side of North Platte.
Man, they're really going to town.
They are.
3:50 left to go. It's 3rd and 4 for the Bulldog defense. Their game's not over. It just got to halftime.
Must be halftime show.
That's a long halftime.
Is it their home? Yeah, I don't know.
It is. Might be their homecoming. 3:37 now left to go in the fourth quarter. Kuzer going to read option and take it himself. Kuzer has a lot of daylight. Braden Kuzer going to be brought down in North Platte territory at the 44-yard line as Braden Kuzer. It's enough for a first down. Big pickup. Lake Sellers there for the tackle for the Bulldog defense as here comes more rotations. Checking in for the Bulldog offensive line, Reese Pierce for North Platte, as Liam Bargell also out there slowly trotting onto the field. Shane Patterson playing linebacker now. Kuzer in that pistol. Gonna now keep it himself. Kuzer, a lot of daylight. Kuzer gonna
hold. They got that hold.
Big hold on Shane Patterson.
That was a nice takedown by 67. He wrapped him up and threw him down.
Kuzer got 15 yards, but as you said, Aiden Placida held Shane Patterson, kept holding him, and then pushed him to the floor, and then held some more on top of it. So that'll stop the clock at 2:56 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard with a 41 to 13 lead for Norfolk. But that flag will push back the Panthers' offense quite a bit, all the way back to the Bulldog 48-yard line. So the first down, and I think 15 following that hold from Placia.
Not much left in the student section or cheerleaders. I think everybody went to go get ready for the homecoming dance tonight.
Yep, of course, Jeff Smeltzer going to be dipping out here at the conclusion. Take some pictures.
Got to go see
son.
young Jarrett Smeltzer.
That's right, the young Smeltzer himself getting all dappered up. Kuzer keeping and rolling, looking to pass. There comes that screen, and North Platte was there.
Somebody read the scouting report.
That is right. That is Grayson Couts.
That's right. Nice job, Grayson.
Reading that play immediately and stopping the wide open man. I believe that's going to be Jace Kalhoff, the man that was the intended target for the Panthers. So clock stops, 2nd and 15, 2:36 left to go in the ball game. I'd like to at least see one more North Platte possession if they can get it. Braden Kuzer with 8 seconds trying to hurry the offense up. 4 wide receivers for Kuzer. He'll step back. Now he'll take it himself up the middle. Kuzer's got plenty of daylight before he is tackled from behind yet again. There is Grayson Couts.
Making the most of his playing time.
That's right. And that's what you want to see in this moment. 2:23 left to go, but that's what you want to see the most of. Just guys taking up and taking this opportunity to make some plays. And guys that have really taken that opportunity, Plunk, Weaver.
James Leach just came into the game for the Bulldogs.
DeAndre Holmes and then Grayson Couts. So Leach just set in. Still 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. For Grayson or for Braden Kuzer. As Kuzer read option going to keep it himself. Throwing it across his body to Mr. Kalhoff, but a flag going to be thrown as Kalhoff gets taken down in the open field by Lake Sellers. What do you see on that side, Smeltzer? You think that was a hold?
A face mask, maybe?
Oh, don't say words like that.
No,
block in the back.
Block in the back, yep.
I think you just let it go, right? Make it 4th down and then force Norfolk to punt. Nope, they're going to accept that penalty with 1:49. They're going to push the Panthers back some.
And a little warning here: these stats will not be accurate at the end of the game because I am struggling here with Norfolk here in the fourth quarter.
Well, they have wrong numbers assigned. So Jake's Kalhoff is 34, but they have him listed at 38, and there's no 38. So in at running back now, Cole Barge. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Kuzer stepping back, looking to throw. Still looking. Kuzer going towards the end zone, wide open man, and it's going to be broken up. Oh, turning around at the last second, I believe.
20-something, 20.
I believe it might be Ben Nolda.
20.
Maybe 27. Oh, no, it's got to be Nolda. Number 25.
I don't know.
Oh, 28. Aiden Smith. Pass interference.
Doggone
Turned his head at unfortunately, the last second. If he had his head on his swivel just a tad earlier,
he did. He just
would have been fine. But he turned too late, and by the time he
contact
saw the
just
ball,
a little before he turned around.
So that's an automatic first down for Norfolk and the Panthers. And with 125, wouldn't be shocked if they kneel it out the rest of the way, or at least run it out. 1st and 10. Pistol formation. Colbard behind Kuzer. Again, 4 wide receivers. Kuzer. Gonna throw it, and it's incomplete, intended for Jace Kalhoff. 2nd down and 10 now for Norfolk's offense with 1:12 left to go. It's Braden Kuzer incomplete. 41-13 on our State Farm agent Bobby Holst scoreboard. I should find my phone because I want to check up on that Ogallala score. Of course, Ogallala, Chase County, the game that's currently being played on Flat Rock 100.7. Derek Beck.
You can't trust a man with 2 phones. You got 2 of them over here.
Well, one of those is for radio.
Well, I guess that's important.
That is important. As, Mr. Derek Beck not keeping the score updated. 2nd down and 10 as they're going to hand it up the middle to Kalhoff. Kalhoff into the open. He'll get tripped up. He'll get the first down, and that will ice the game essentially now for Norfolk and the Panthers. After Liam Bargell with a good open field tackle as Kalhoff was looking to take it all the way to the house. And with 1 minute left to go, probably call it, or probably see Norfolk kneel the ball out, or, maybe they'll just run it the rest of the way. As they'll go to that Liberty Eye formation with 50 seconds left. Braden Kuzer still under center. As they'll hand it off to Klehoff again, and Klehoff will be mollywopped by a bunch of blue jerseys. As time will start ticking away. Updates to scores around the area. 28-8 lead for Chase County over Gordon Rushville the end of the first half in Class C1. Gothenburg over Adams Central 7-6 at half. Broken Bow up 14-0 over St. Paul. And it's currently, with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, Cozad leading Ogallala 7-6.
Looks like this is our ball game.
That is the end of the ball game as we got through some of the Class C1 scores. We'll get through some C2 as we can real quick. As we'll keep scrolling on through here. We'll move to D1 now as Perkins County defeating South Loop today, 26-22.
Oh, that's a nail biter.
That was a nail biter. Of course, we know Dundee County Stratton with the victory yesterday. Bridgeport over Sand Hills Valley, 41-6. The end of the first half, North Platte St. Patrick's leading Kimball 44-0 in Class C1. Sutton over Southern Valley, 56-8. And then in Class D2, before we scoot on out with our final scores here, scooting around trying to find somebody. No score for Bertrand and Brady at the moment. It's a final here in North Platte as the Bulldogs fall to Norfolk in today's contest, 41-13. As fortunately for North Platte, it looked good to start. We had a really encouraging start to this game where they just absolutely mollywopped that offensive line for the Panthers. But after that offensive power push to start the game off, they just were unable to really find that same success. And unfortunately, when the defense just got a little too tired, giving up too many big plays, and Norfolk was able to capitalize, and the Dogs now fall to 0-3 to start 2025.
I think maybe we underestimated this Norfolk team. I looked at, of course, the transitive properties of comparing scores is not a perfect science, but they beat Bellevue East by about the same score that Fremont beat Bellevue East and Fremont beat Omaha West Side. So There you go.
Yes, yeah.
So
Do your
Norfolk is better than Omaha. No, they're not a bad team.
They have just, I think, so many dynamic playmakers.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes Norfolk such a tough team and such a interesting matchup to experience for this young Bulldog defense because they can beat you with the run, they can beat you with power run, they can beat you with the pass, but then they'll make your mind go into a twist with the read option or that crossbody running back screen.
Yeah,
or
5
wide receiver
different
screen.
receivers, I think, caught a ball, maybe 6. Well, I'm talking about with the starters. Once
Yes.
there's
Once you
more
get to the
after that.
reserves, yes.
Yeah, then you got 2 good running backs with Rosas and Wagner, and and your quarterback is your
Cole
leading
Signer,
rusher.
Cole
So
Signer was really good today, both in the run and the pass. Really took advantage. Not that North Platte was too small for the matchup, but just Signer was finding really good passes towards the sideline where his wide receiver had just a step or
just
two
a step on
advantage.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like North Platte's defense was giving up, as we've seen in previous years, those super duper big bombs that have left, the defense, kind of scratching their head. They were in the right position. They were just a step or two behind, and give props to Signer. He made some good throws.
Yeah, it wasn't a scheme thing. It was just, receivers had a step on the defender, and it was a nice throw on target. Signer did get sloppy a few times, but never did. Well, it hurt him the one time.
Hurt him that one time to end the first half, but outside of that, had a pretty good game for the North Platte offense. Again, I think a good step in the right direction. They scored their first points of this season. They looked better in some consecutive drives where they made multiple first downs.
Yeah.
And of course, we talk about the second unit. It's tough to just judge how well you'll be seeing some of these guys, but Plunk as well as Camden Weaver and DeAndre Holmes really made a name for themselves in that drive and really took advantage of that limited playing time.
Just impressed with the clean football that the second unit played with.
And I'm trying to remember defensively in terms of penalties, much cleaner than Lincoln East by a landslide. Still trying to have to clean up when it comes to those penalties being, those penalties coming at inopportune times. North Platte, whenever it felt like they were starting to get maybe something rolling on offense or had a really big play, it was always at the cost of a penalty that then negated that play, and then they had to take it back 10 yards and start from scratch again.
Or things that never should happen. Delay a game after a dead ball, after a kickoff into the end zone, come back with a delay a game. Now you're first and 15.
Yeah, bad pitch on the very first play out of a touchdown from Norfolk that sets you back 5 yards, and you're already on the back foot for second down at 15. So it's still some small things that need to be cleaned up, and it feels like, and I know Coach won't say this, and he'll always talk about, Lincoln Northeast going to be a good team next week. Can't overlook them. Might be the best time for a team like Lincoln Northeast to come in because, they'll probably be, as you said, 3-0 this week. We haven't seen the score right now, but we'd assume they're playing Benson. And if history has repeated itself, Northeast has always beat Benson. And we have resoundingly beaten Northeast in every single year that I've been here playing them. So that should be North Platte's first victory of the season, knock on wood, and hope and all that stuff. But it feels like this Lincoln Northeast team we're gonna be going there at the right time. This team really feels like it made a good progression step today, and maybe that next week game is the game where everything can finally culminate to that point where everybody can finally not only get their first win, but get that monkey off their back.
Yeah. Just the small changes on the offensive line I thought was huge.
Noticeably better, yes.
Yeah, moving Callan Knutson to center and
Enrique Ramos, who was the center, then moving to the bench.
Yeah.
So the offensive line consisted of Carson Altig, rotation with Caden Brex, and then Kincaid, Blake Tonkinson.
Yeah. Jacob Martinez is over there on that other side with Altig, and then Tonk and Kincaid on the right side. So
it did make a big difference. I will agree with you that the line looked markedly more physical at some points. I do think there was still some struggles in certain positions, but holistically,
Norfolk had some big boys that they had to move.
Yeah, Tatum Anderson, he did cause havoc, and that has been the Achilles heel for the Bulldogs has been the bigger defensive lineman. Zach Wolf, cuts from last week, causing some trouble, and then of course here Tatum Anderson, not to the same degree, but did blow up some pretty big plays. So again, I think positive step in the right direction. And I think next week it's going to culminate in the Bulldogs' first win, because I just have no faith in Lincoln Northeast, no matter what their no matter what their
Yeah.
score is. We've seen it before. They've come in here, we've gone in there, they've been 3-0, and unfortunately, we've seen it all turn away for them as head coach Carter Alting. Yep, as Jeff Smeltzer's gonna poodle on out of here, go to your son's uh, homecoming and go say hi to him. Schulting joins me here. I would give you the share, but it's taken up by a computer right now. But fall in this game, 41-13, really dynamic offense you played here today. We talked about not just last week, but this week. This Norfolk team was going to give you a handful, not only because they got some large wide receivers on the outside, but they can just dice you up left, right, and center with whether it be read option or quick passes to the opposite end of the field.
Yeah, I think we did a really good job of helping them out as well. They had some short fields, and they had a couple good decent drives on us. They had some good playmakers, but they also got the ball on the 1 and the 9
yeah,
30, and so
kickoff return off the initial first kick of the season. So there was some nice advantages lopped their way, and really just like the last couple of games have gone, had a chance. It really felt like coming out of halftime, you guys were in a really good position to take advantage or at least capitalize, whether it be on mistakes or a team that was much closer than the score. Kind of had felt 21-7 coming out of the half. They just fumbled off of that initial rush, had prime position, but just were unfortunately not able to convert on that offense. Looked better in the first drive and then kind of faltered through the rest of the game. But those couple of changes you had made, whether it be on the offensive line and to some of the people who were subbing in, I thought added, as you said, a little more juice to the overall product here today offensively.
Yeah, we came out and looked like the version of football that we want to play. I mean, we marched on the field, we controlled it.
Gaps left
We
and right.
Did everything we wanted to, and then we give up a silly kickoff return, something that was our strength for the first 2 weeks going in. It looked like we didn't work on it all week, but we work immensely on special teams and gave our guys good looks all week. And then, with a young team, I know I say that a lot, sometimes we just don't quite get to where we need to be, and they have some pretty good guys, and they took advantage of it. And for whatever reason, that kickoff return just kind of took the wind out of our sails, and we could never really rebound from that. At halftime, I told them, I said, we gave them 14 of their 21 points, on a kickoff return, and then they blocked a punt on the 1 yard line. So, they had 14 points and had maybe 2 yards of offense.
Yeah, max that and it's 7-7.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we came out, did some good things offensively. We played a lot of defensive snaps again, on our side of the field. And, I told the guys after the game that, the only thing I know to do is to come out, work harder. We might have to move some chess pieces around. We had a good look to start off with. And then, our JV guys look pretty solid at the end of the game, if you want to try to hang your hat on something. But, when you take a strength and all of a sudden it becomes a weakness and you're trying to build on it, then and you're playing a decent team, they're going to take advantage of it. And they had some pretty good playmakers. I mean, I'm kind of tired of seeing 6'6", receivers that we got to go against. But you know what? Our guys still do a pretty good job. Ty, he's not a very big guy, but he works his butt off, and he's got one of the biggest hearts out there, and he's going to fight till the very end.
Yep, same thing with Ian Haremza out there. So as you said, I felt like it's not like they beat you over the top. It was Cole Signer making some really good throws, and their wide receivers being maybe 1 or 2 steps ahead of your DBs. So in terms of keeping that big play, which with their size, you knew it could be a possibility out of the way. I think that's at least a good accomplishment, but still just trying to, as you say, take that little extra, find that little extra oomph to continue a drive or make something sustain more than one possession. As you said, we haven't looked at the snap count, but another game where your defense was out there for probably a majority of your snaps compared to the offense. So baby steps. I know you wish to maybe see some more chops, at this point in the season, but I still think a marketable, better improvement than Lincoln East last week.
Yeah, we offensively, we had more yards on that opening drive than we did all of last week. And I'm sure we had more yards today than we did the other 2 games combined.
At halftime, I think if I remember correctly, at halftime you had more yards than you did at half of last week. I think your grand total was 162, and you're at 100 at halftime.
Yeah.
So made a good step in the right direction, but it just wasn't a big enough step to where you feel comfortable with how things are going into next week on the road again against Lincoln Northeast.
Yeah, I assume they're going to be coming in feeling pretty good. I imagine they'll
3-0. We think
they'll be 3-0 again. But they were also undefeated last year, and
we all saw how
it
that
was a good game for us. It'll be nice, obviously, I'm not overlooking them at all,
Yep.
but it'll be nice, for us to go play a team that we've had good success against. It's been a war against Lincoln East and Northeast the last few years, even with our older guys. So for our young guys, not taking anything again away from Lincoln East, they can certainly put some athletes on the field. But we'll see. Like I told him, I said we had nothing to do except work harder and fight harder and get ourselves in positions to be successful every play instead of just on a drive or here or there. And then when we get turnovers, we got to take advantage of it.
Yep, had 2 turnovers here today. So you did win the turnover battle. So that is a good little feather in your cap. Penalties still probably a little more than you would like, but marketable less compared to last week. So again, little small good adjustments, but it's trying to find. And if you knew this answer, I think every coach would be a millionaire at this point. Just trying to find that same good consistency every single play instead of sprinkle here, sprinkle there, sprinkle everywhere. And as you said, that's just more trying to get them into the right position and have them make that play as the main key to have that happen every single down.
Yeah. We got to take one of those penalties away because that was not a pass interference right down
here. Thank you.
But
yeah, poor Aiden Smith out there.
It's we got such a young team, and with our some of our guys that didn't play in this game, we had even younger guys in there that hadn't taken a lot of snaps. And anytime you play young guys, you always have that, the game comes at you way faster.
Yep.
And the only way that you can get over that is just to play some more. And some of our young guys we put in there, they did a pretty decent job, but then there are times, we were a little scatterbrained, and that's my job as a coach, is to try to get those guys as many good looks as we can. So when some of those older guys get tired, the heat, we haven't dealt with heat like this for a long time.
Yeah, really, yeah.
We had to have, when it was hot, we had to have morning practices, and I know Norfolk was kind of the same way. They had guys down and they were doing a good job of rotating in, and we were doing the same thing, but we were putting some guys in there that hadn't been under Friday Night Lights before. And when you do that and you have a young team, again, mistakes can happen, and they did a really good job of when we were out of position, taking advantage of it.
Yep, as we said, they'll be traveling on the road to Lincoln Northeast, who we all assume at the moment is going to be 3-0 if they take down Omaha Benson. As you said, been in the same position last season. Me and Jeff Smeltzer said, hey, maybe this is the year Lincoln Northeast makes that step in the right direction last year, and then we all know how that game ended up. So historically, your program has had a lot of really good rating success against this Rocket team, and I know. I talked to Jeff Smeltzer at the post-game show, our quick stop post-game show, and said, I know you probably won't admit it, but I feel like this is the perfect time to be facing the Rockets because, we've been seeing those small little incremental steps, hopefully in the right direction, almost waiting for that big momentum buster. And against a team like the Rockets, who had been, some of you've been favored against, maybe this is the week where it all culminates together to something good.
Yeah, we were really happy as we made that opening drive, because now our kids see, hey, you know what, we can do it. And then playing a Northeast team, obviously you can't take anything can't take them for granted. When you go down there and we play them, they got some really good looking dudes, and they have athletes. They'll probably have an older team than we are as far as guys that have played, but we gotta continue working hard and grinding. And you know what, we're gonna go give them what we got. Hopefully we put things together a little bit. Play 3 facets of the game well. We've defensively, we just played so much. I think we actually do play defensively pretty well. We just play so many snaps. Offensively, you can see how we're there. We're close. We're knocking on the door. We just got to kick the dang thing down. And then special teams, for whatever reason, our special teams has been our strength. It's been one of the best parts of our team the last few weeks, and for whatever reason today it was a struggle. And we gave up a lot of points. They're 41 points, I would say at least
for sure 21 of them, maybe even 28 of them were blunders on special teams, and you take that away, and it's a tight game.
Yeah, it's as you said, a much closer game within reach. But as you said, next week look for him to go punch him right in the mouth.
Yeah,
As every coach would say, go punch him right in the mouth.
That's all we know how to do. We talked about being junkyard dogs for years. All we got to, you don't have to feed us, you don't have to pet us, you just put us out, and we're going to go try to do our job. And we haven't quite been getting there, but we're slowly but surely taking those steps. We've been fortunate to, for the most part, have all our guys on the sidelines ready to go, and now we just got to go. Keep climbing that mountain and eventually get up to the top, plant our flag, and hopefully that'll be next week against Northeast.
That's what I'd love to hear.
And then and it's that they're a decent team, and then just not looking ahead, but then we got some really decent teams coming in to play us, over those next few weeks.
Yeah, as you talk about that, I can go bring them up real quick of our schedule. Of course, got Norfolk here today, Lincoln Northeast, a Columbus team that defeated Norfolk and has, I think, the fastest running back in the entire state. And then after that, Omaha Benson, Southeast Millard South, and then Lincoln High to round out the year. So yes, there is a very high margin in terms of some of the teams you're going to be seeing here in the next couple of weeks. But two of those could be favorable matchups for your team. So you hate to assert records and say, hey, 2-3 out of this stretch would be really, really good because that puts a lot of expectations on. But I would feel, pretty good with how I thought today maybe have gone, seeing that tomorrow, build upon it, and then at least maybe picking up a good win against Benson.
Yeah, it'll be, something we got to focus on all week that, they're the one when we go to Northeast next week, they have 3 wins and, we don't. And they've scored a lot more than 2 touchdowns, I'm sure, this year. So, they're going to come into that game pretty positive. We're going to have to go out and, show them that we can play the way that we've played in the last few years, before we take anything for granted. Or I'm just hoping that we go there, we play well in the three facets, and we're going to work our tail off in practice, and we might tinker around with a few more things. And you can ask me about that on Thursday, and I'll tell you, you'll just have to see what happens.
You have to, you'll make me have to sit and wait an extra day. I know you. You just play the game too. You play the game too well over here.
Yep.
Make me have to wait.
I try. Wait. It's that coaching school that they send you to, where you have to talk in cliches and not give anything or any.
Speaking adjectives and wide open phrases.
Answer questions with weird questions that no one understands. It sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Well, Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by. Can't wait to see you out there against Lincoln Northeast again, a team that we historically have had some really good victories against. And I hope, I know your team is going to put it to the grindstone this entire week as they always do. And can't wait to see that high motor next week in Lincoln.
Yeah, we're hoping to finally put on a good show for our fans. I mean, it was homecoming tonight, so everybody clears out after halftime to get to the dance. But for the most part, to start off with, they were rocking, and we were decent in the first quarter. Now we got 3 more quarters we got to get figured out.
Moving on to the 3. Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by. We'll see you next week in Lincoln, of course, for some more Platte football.
Hey, thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
We'll, of course, have more here on our Quick Stop post-game show. We come back to Bauer Field on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
When the leaves start falling and the temps start dropping, do your windows keep the cold out or let it in? From foggy panes and drafts to cracked or outdated glass, Larry's Glass can help you cozy up your home before winter hits. Repairs, replacements, even custom storm windows. Call Larry's Glass in North Platte today and stay warm, safe, and energy smart all season long. Larry's Glass, 211 West 5th, where quality meets clarity.
Hey, high school students, why wait to start college when you can begin transforming your future for free? Mid-Plains Community College is now offering free tuition for dual credit and early entry classes beginning this fall. Get ahead, save money, and transform your future while in high school. Talk to your high school guidance counselor or visit our website at mpcc.edu. That's mpcc.edu. Students are responsible for all course-related fees and must attend a Nebraska high school or Nebraska homeschool to qualify.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
In a lawsuit, a little extra liability protection can go a long way. I'm Justin Thompson at the Justin Thompson Agency. A personal umbrella policy from American Family Insurance offers $1 million or more of coverage over and above the limits of your auto and home policy. And it's affordable. Contact Justin at the Justin Thompson Agency, 501 South Dewey Street, or call 534-2400 today.
American Family Insurance.
Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From spicy Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, every bite is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located at 320 Rodeo Road, or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carryout or delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, FM 98.1, AM 4. North Platte High School falls in this football game, 41-13 to Lincoln Northeast and the Rockets. Bulldogs now fall to 0-3 on the season. Did I say Rockets? Boy, that tells you how my day's been going. To Norfolk and the Panthers. So North Platte now 0-3, Panthers now 2-1. Well, our coverage will be back next week as the Bulldogs take on Lincoln Northeast and the Rockets. There we go, get that right for the second time. Of course, the Rockets 2-0 right now. We're expecting them to pick up the victory against Omaha Benson, which then would mean that they are 3-0, just like they were last year. And North Platte then, of course, punched them right in the mouth and picked up a victory. So we'll see what they can do. That'll be in Lincoln, we believe. I think that'll be at Lincoln High next week for Lincoln Northeast. But we'll be back tomorrow for the girls volleyball tournament. Yep, that's right. Girls volleyball tournament in Kearney. That begins at 10 o'clock with first serve against, if I remember correctly, Millard South is the first team that North Platte will be facing. That game begins at 10. The winner of the first game and the winner of that game will then play immediately after that. The loser and the loser of the other game will play at 12, which then the double loser of both of those playing the 9th, 10th game at 1:30, and then gold and silver starting at 2:30, and I believe 3:30 as well. So see you all tomorrow for some North Platte High volleyball. Of course, our Quick Stop post-game show brought to you in part there. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. Dogs fall in this game 41-13 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. I'll see you all tomorrow for, yes, some more Bulldog coverage on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
My name is David Merrill. I'm the head chef over here at the Cedar Room. What I hope to bring to the community is an opportunity to explore new horizons that people maybe haven't before because it was too expensive, too intimidating, too abroad. And I just kind of want to bring an opportunity for people to try new things in, exciting ways that, are still small town affordable. Stop on by at the